We're
How
live.
many of them are us?
Probably all of them. But we're live.
Good. Hello.
Huge fans. Huge fans.
Welcome to the party, everybody. My name is Kevin, and we will be running a game of the Leverage RPG tonight. I'm going to let everybody introduce themselves in order, starting with Nerdy Teddy.
Oh, hi. I'm Nerdy Teddy. Tonight I am playing the hacker, Rainbow Moore.
So
I don't. And did you want the whole spiel or just the character stuff for now?
Tell us. Well, hold on. Yeah, tell us what your characters look like, too. Give us the descriptions. Tell us how pretty you are.
I basically Rainbow Moore looks like this: big old glasses, hat, probably pins that are more nerdy than what I've had laying around the house, hoodie. She's the hacker, so.
Cool. All right, we're going to move on to Burke. Jeff.
Hi, I'm Jeff Holland. I would be playing Burke, the hitter, who I figure looks around like Gina Carano, Haywire era, except, if she could act.
Cold.
She's just so bad in it. But anyway, she tends to dress military casual, fatigues, turtlenecks, that kind of thing.
All right. Evan.
I am playing Eli. He is tall, thin, older, like early 50s, always smoking, kind of like well-dressed but disheveled, so like real kind of lazy, little bit of scruff. And he is the mastermind of this ragtag group.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jason. Go ahead.
Tonight I am playing Griff. Just Griff. He's a bit tall, lean. He has slightly scruffy, dirty blonde hair and smear shades. He's kind of got that, red-blooded all-American look about him. Which, of course, is perfect disguise for the fact that he is a thief, and he will take whatever he wants.
All right. Awesome. And finishing up with Michi.
Hi, I'm Michi, who is the grifter. She is tall and willowy, gorgeous, very nicely dressed, and will probably ruin your day.
Excellent. All right. Thank you. So we'll be using the Cortex Plus system. We don't have the die rolls visible right now, but we might in the future. Generally, the die rolls will generate complications, and I'll let you know how many complications they generate and what the rolls were, if they're relevant. And so, all right. So you have all heard of each other. You've never met. You know each other's reputation. You know each other's general. You know each other is good at what you do. None of you are here because you suck. You're in a bar, and you've been brought together by a woman who is sitting there. She's sitting in front of all of you in a back room at the bar. Shit. All right, so she says, "My name is Sophia, and my husband Ernest, he passed away a couple of years ago in mysterious circumstances. He was a regulator who was looking into one of the local mining companies and had found that they weren't producing what they said they were. And he was in a car crash. I had believed that there was the man in charge of the business, his name was Chris Jones, and I believe he is responsible for my husband's death, but we were never able to prove it. Part of the way through the trial, which he was stalling out with his lawyers, he died. But I saw him. I saw him last week.
What's his name?
Oh, was it Jones? I'm sorry, I completely forgot it already.
Just said Chris Jones.
Chris Jones.
Chris
Yes,
Jones.
his name was Christopher Jones. He was very wealthy, the owner of a mine, with the Eastern Mining Company.
And you saw him again last week? Under what circumstances?
My daughter is my daughter is a cheerleader at the high school, and his son is on the football team. So I was at the game, and it's coming up on the homecoming game, which is extremely important to a lot of people in town. And it's both of their senior year. Christopher's son, also Junior, they call him, Junior Jones, is excellent at the sport and probably being scouted. But I swear I saw him at the game.
You said that your daughter goes to the same school, right?
Yes.
Does your daughter know this Chris Jones Jr.?
Yes. They are friends-ish. They know each other, but I've kind of kept this, her father being on trial for my husband's death is not made them close.
Does your daughter know where this kid lives?
I mean, everyone knows where the Joneses live yeah.
Keeping up with the Joneses. Okay. All right. Very good.
So I recently came into a little bit of money from the insurance that finally came through for my husband's death. And I'm willing to pay you all to expose that he's still alive, and if possible, to have him confess to the crimes.
All right.
And if you do this, the payout was larger than I expected. Apparently there was a supplemental insurance I wasn't familiar with. And so, yeah, I don't know what it was, but something happened. And so I'm able to pay you each $500,000.
All right. And all you need from us is you just want us to expose him,
He's not without his resources. He was the owner of this company, so he's extraordinarily rich. Or at least he was.
All right.
Can I ask why you didn't just take this to the police?
I did. They didn't believe me. They told me I was insane and it was grief. But I know what I saw. She seems entirely earnest and
That was going to be my
completely
next
upfront with
question.
you.
That was going to be my next question, yeah.
She doesn't seem to be lying to you.
Okay. Did you speak with the detective? Or did you speak with just, regular officers?
Sergeant Flowers referred me...
Yeah. I love it.
Sergeant Flowers referred me to Detective... Oh my god, I'm blanking on that guy's name. To Detective Kelly. Who was the original one investigating my case. And he was very nice about it, but he blew me off.
Yeah. All right. Anybody got any more questions?
Please, ask away.
Under what circumstances was he supposed to have died?
He apparently had a sudden heart attack. And he was in his 50s, so, it's not unheard of, but he was in the middle of a speech outside the courthouse when he had a heart attack.
Interesting.
Very convenient.
You know what hospital he went to?
No, I didn't follow up.
We can find out.
Do you have a copy of the death certificate?
No, I don't know how to get that.
I assume he's not staying at his primary residence. Do you know about any other vacation homes,
I don't know.
hideaways, love
I don't-
nests?
Listen, I'm a single mother trying to get by. If I knew how to do that, I don't think I'd be talking to you.
Fair enough.
Have you tried any private eyes? People that could try to take pictures of him?
I mean, everyone I've talked to has turned me down.
Interesting.
One of them started, like he said he was going to go out there. His name was William Moore,
William.
but he said he couldn't find anything and gave me back my money.
PI. Excellent.
Hmm.
You didn't happen to catch the car that this man was driving? Not William Moore, but Chris Jones when he left.
He was standing next to, she's trying to remember. It was like a Lincoln Town car.
Okay.
He got into the
Classical
back
asshole.
and drove away.
All right.
If he's supposed to be dead, who's the current owner of the mine?
I don't know. Well, if you can look it up pretty easy. The owner of the mine, by the way, if you look it up at all, his death is on record as a heart attack.
I was actually going to ask our hacker to start just fact checking everything that they can. Yeah, I figured you already. All right.
List of names.
Now, the way that, and I'm sorry to interrupt for a second, but the way that this game works, do we go
Yes.
right into what our plan is for trying to track him down, or do we go right to finding him and flashing back to how we tracked him down? You know what I mean?
Yeah. What you will do is, let's just go ahead and jump ahead to you guys starting to assess what do you think your plan should be as a group. Talk about how you think you should approach this. You have everyone's name, the name of the company owner. The new company owner is Wendell Moratello.
Wendell Moratello. Okay. All right. Have we left? The woman is no longer with us.
Yeah, she excuses herself and goes off.
Okay.
So yes, you may talk amongst yourselves and discuss your things.
All right. Well, first of all, I would like to say we all know why we're here. You're all good at what you do. And though I am the planner of this group, because you're all so good at what you do, I do want to hear from you. Your ideas matter, your opinions matter, and your plans matter. So, first of all, I think we have some pretty good leads, pretty solid ideas as to where to start. Police department, that specific detective, the PI, the kid, the new owner. All of these are pretty solid routes. Anybody got any ideas right off the top of your heads? Or places that you want to go first? Anybody want to call dibs?
There has to be some sort of paper trail. There's always a paper trail.
Mm.
While we're sitting here, can I just try to dig into that paper trail? Just pull out a laptop and just.
Yeah, give me let me set the roll. All right, so you're gonna give me an intelligence hacker roll using the die for your intelligence, the die for your hacker, and yeah, you don't have any specialties or anything yet.
No.
Oh, so your target goal is a 16. Because apparently
How
this
do
guy
you-
is extremely wealthy and able to hire the best to hide his trail.
Look, I can beat it.
Oh, by the way, everyone
Maybe.
starts with 1 plot point. The game revolves around plot points. Players can use them to generate more dice, to generate advantages, to add more to their totals. And they're trying to earn plot points by creating complications throughout the game.
I didn't beat it.
You didn't beat it, but you did match it, which shows you
Oh my
something.
God,
So what you know is now that he is well hidden. He has the quality well hidden at a high die.
So he knows what he's doing. All right.
Or he hired the people that know what they're doing.
He certainly doesn't want to be found.
No.
Look,
What
That's
about
another
following
one.
the sun? If the sun knows he's alive, there's a good chance she knows where he is. It's a lot easier to lean on a teenager too.
We could do that. I'm thinking that brute force might not be the way to go. He's a football player. He's probably rambunctious. I mean, I'm sure you could twist him sideways, but we want to try not to hurt anybody. So I figure maybe we'll throw the grifter at him. See if they can't schmooze something out of him. And I mean, maybe a thief on the side. Helping out, Al.
Do we have a list of different properties that he owns?
Seeing as he's dead, no.
No.
He doesn't legally own any properties. However, the company owns several properties throughout. Eastern Mining Co. owns quite a few, including some executive housing, as well as some other like mines and warehouses and maintenance yards.
Okay.
But there was nothing more under his name or him and his
No.
wife's name or his kid's name?
Not that could be found through property searches. No, this guy's a little too smart for that. You guys, though all of you are familiar enough with, or at least some of you are familiar enough with how to hide such things that you could just set up a shell company through Delaware with whatever name you wanted, and it could own a property without you being the declared owner.
Oh, yeah.
Gotcha. We have a picture of this guy, right? We know what he looks like.
Yes, you can call up news reports with his picture. He was decently famous in the area. Rich. He never ran for office, but he was a big. He was always at events. He liked to be seen at events.
And since then, obviously nothing except for possibly this football game. So obviously he still cares about his son in some way. Or maybe he just betting on the game. Who knows? All right. So, did he have a spouse?
Yes, the wife is still alive. Lorraine Jones.
Lorraine Jones.
You do notice that all the pictures of the trial, she is not standing next to him.
Possibly estranged. Okay.
She is younger than him by a good 15 to 20 years.
All right.
Typical.
She's the second wife.
Okay.
Extra typical.
Okay. So I can get in. I can get into the private eyes, computers and stuff. But we may want to actually talk to this detective instead of me running around through their computer system.
Okay. He has an address for his office?
Who? He?
The PI.
Who? Oh, yes, you can easily find it.
Okay, it was a man, right? William Moore. All right. So, what I think is, would you need to get into his office at all in order to find anything? Rainbow?
If he has Wi-Fi, I can get in remotely.
Okay, so we can have you in a car outside. Meanwhile, I figure we should send in the grifter and the thief. Go in, talk to him. Grifter, while you talk to him, thief, see if you can't flip through some papers, maybe find something, anything that you can. It depends on how big the office is, I guess. Probably small if he's a PI.
Yeah, you can. It's small.
Okay.
Um,
I would say, Burke, you should probably go with him too, just in case. I don't know what this guy's like. I don't know who he's like, and I don't know what he's going to act like if we start bringing up these names. I would suggest maybe not starting off with those names. Maybe we should go in claiming like we have a job for him, some of that nature. But I don't know. That's
Could.
yeah, that's more your department. But yeah, say we go. Let's go knock on this guy's door, see why he suddenly dropped that job.
so, give me. So, who wants to make this a spotlight scene for them? Someone pick the primary for the scene. So during this game, we're setting some of the values of our character sheets through flashbacks and exploration of events and such. So we're going to do spotlight scenes and flashbacks showing how people know things, what special skills and talents they have, so everyone kind of gets to know the characters together.
Okay. Did you guys want to do the grifters? What's the grifter's name again? I'm sorry.
Isabel.
Isabel. Okay, I see that with the Y. Isabel with a Y. All right.
Yeah.
So, did you guys want to do that, or just someone else have an idea?
I think if we're going to the PI, it should definitely be the grifter this time.
Yeah. I'm gonna be in the car with you, with Rainbow, just hanging out, because I don't see you. Also, I shouldn't go in. Do all three of you want to be accompanying? Does that affects the roles, right?
No, not so much. I mean, it just means that more people can try to do things.
All right. Okay.
In this scene. So the spotlight really is going to be on the grifter. On
Okay.
Isabel.
Okay. Cool.
I forget how to declare your numbers for your friggin' attributes. You know, because that's kind of important.
We have them on our sheets.
What? For a trigger?
Yeah, you can either go
For your roll.
focused or versatile.
Yeah, it's either 10-10-8-8-6-6 or 10-8-8-8-8-6.
But there were special things for putting in your rolls during the recruitment job. So yeah.
We're all still learning this system. This is a new game for all of us.
So spotlight scenes, you can use them to declare a talent. If another crew member is present, it lets him define one of his unassigned roll dice. Crew members not in the scene may declare a talent if they are not there. So a player, okay, at least once in the scene, the secondary crew member's player should make a roll on one of the unassigned rolls. This player chooses which die to use, a D4 or D6. If he chooses a D4, he gets a plot point. If he chooses the D6 and succeeds, that number goes into that roll. If he fails, the 4 goes into that roll. Cool? Kind of got that?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good enough. All right, and so the main person can use that to invent pretty much any aspect, any talent, any... Not derivative. What the hell are they? Descriptors? Distinctions. Distinctions or specialties. So it's also a good place to, like, what is your grifter's specialty? Like, do they go in the femme fatale all the time, and that's their specialization? Or do they have some other special way of approaching grifter?
I mean, hang on, I'm pulling up things.
Sorry to put you directly on the spot right away.
No, it's fine. So, Yeah, she definitely was the femme most of the time.
I'm sorry, you cut it in and out for me there. What was it? Oh,
Uh-oh.
when we need you most.
Yeah, it's gonna
She
be.
really. Uh-oh.
Those are gonna be tough persuasion checks.
Yeah, if you're not there. But yeah. All right. Looks like you've stabilized a little. What's your what did you say? I'm sorry.
Let's go femme fatale most of the time.
Gotcha. So you would put under your grifter skill, you'd add femme fatale, and whenever you use femme fatale, you get a d6 for free.
All right.
All right. So you go into the office of William Moore, PI. There's 3 of you or 2 of you. I believe Rainbow was outside.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rainbow
But,
could be the van.
You're gonna try.
Yeah.
You're gonna try to hack into any of his
Yes.
stuff through his Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Isabel and Burke were gonna go in. So you see him sitting at his desk. He did not have a secretary out front. On his door is the classic PI's stained or frosted window, which says William Moore Private Investigations, and it lists an email address and phone number directly underneath.
Is this on the first floor? Is
It
it
would
a two-story
be
building, or
yeah. Let's say it's a 2-story building, and he is on the first
if
floor.
you guys can get him to get out of his office at all, the thief might be able to get in through a window if there is a window.
Yes. You also all have earpieces, so you can communicate.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, cool.
All right. Well, if I'm outside the building as a thief, I definitely want a case, right?
Yeah. So let's give me a roll using your intelligence and your thief, or awareness. I think that's
Alertness.
alertness. That's it. Oh, alertness plus thief.
All right.
So yes, it's a good system, but the Roll20 that we're using doesn't have it built in to roll. So your total is 17. I should have rolled before you. Yeah. You have an opportunity, but you can't do anything with that right now because you don't have any talents, unless you want to declare a talent.
No, was not intending to, or a talent relating to what I'm doing yet. So
All right, that's fine. Then you don't. You beat it by more than 5, which means it's a very successful. You've looked at this place. It's got a front door. It's got a back door. It looks like it's got fire exits that are a couple ways out of that building, but his office is kind of isolated and small. And let's see what else. There's a fire escape that goes up.
what else is in the building? Is it just like small building with just like his office and like an apartment over it, or
upstairs is a psychiatrist's office and a small dental facility. On the first floor is a psychic, and
This is the most happening building ever. This
and
is
William
awesome.
Moore PI.
I love it.
Many, many ways to get help.
Yeah, what? Anything that ails you.
I predict your teeth will fall out.
so
We're all in business together.
psychiatrist? Coincidence? I think not.
Yeah, they don't get along. In fact, you see the 2 of them yelling at each other in the front door. Like, no, you're scaring away my customers. No, you're scaring away my customers.
This building's madness.
So, you were approaching into the PI's office. You now know that the scene is clear. I don't know if you could find a way to tag that later, but so you're approaching his office. The door he opens the door, says, "Welcome. Thank you for setting me an appointment. You didn't give your names when you set the appointment. I'm sorry. Who am I speaking to?"
She frozen?
never hurts to have a list of random names during this game.
I'm Isabel, and this is my associate.
Beverly.
Beverly, I'm sorry, I didn't catch that, Miss. No, I didn't catch the first name.
Just Beverly is
Isabel.
fine.
Oh, Isabel. Okay. And what do you hear about today? What can I do for you? I'm gonna say right up front, what I do. You're probably, if it's related to a husband or a gentleman, you're probably not gonna like what you find. And but so I'm sorry. Go right ahead.
Looking to like what I find at all, really. Otherwise, I would.
I'm catching you like a robot in and out. Sorry.
Yeah, we're only hearing like every third syllable.
You might want to like hang up and recall. I do that sometimes. It fixes it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. There we go. Hopefully that'll fix it.
Isabel goes silent for a while, staring in his face.
She gives him the
can I
puppy
help
dog
She gives him
eyes.
the hard stare.
How can you help me?
And then she tells him to be quiet for a while.
That's a good idea. Maybe turn off the. Not by much. All I heard was it better. Did you guys hear any?
I heard a little bit. Eh,
Oof. Oof.
it's okay. We're gonna roll with it. So Isabel starts crying.
I love it.
This will force Burke to Bork.
Hello, I am Bork.
Bork.
Oh man, I passed up a major opportunity here. Bork,
Need to
the
put a J in there.
Swedish assassin.
Aw.
Anyway, Beverly looks over and says, "You'll have to excuse my associate. She's very emotional about this thing that we are here to talk to you about."
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just go ahead and take some reins here and force you to assign your grifter score.
Sure. Okay. And
What do you want to put in there? Or what do you want to try to put in there? A D4 or a D6. If you choose the D4, I will give you a plot point right now.
I will definitely try the D4.
Alright, so you get 1 plot point.
Add.
Nice.
No. Yes, add.
Alright, and
Okay.
your difficulty on him is a 5. So you have to raise the stakes on a 5,
Okay.
or it will create a complication.
And I will do that.
You will roll your
by...
rolling your grifter and sorry.
Okay. So
Let's go. I don't
My
know.
dice
Willpower.
I had my dice open.
Yeah. It gets smoother.
Hang on a sec. I'm sorry, I had it open. I don't know what happened to it.
You can always just do /roll and then
Yeah,
1d6
okay.
plus 1d4, or whatever your relevant attribute is plus your roll die.
You said willpower?
Sure.
That's 1d6
I have
plus.
to restart the computer.
Yeah. Okay, so You've got a 9, so you've succeeded, but you've also generated a complication.
Okay.
I'm going to give the D6 complication that he hates crying.
Hates as in
He just can't.
is annoyed.
Just
Like he's a little annoyed and angry by it. Like, why did you just come into my office to cry? The psychiatrist is upstairs. But he isn't saying that out loud, but you can kind of tell that he's doing that. But
Okay.
he's believing you are who you say you are. So,
This is
Michi,
exactly
Isabel,
why. Go ahead.
Isabel has been crying this whole time. And
Of course.
Burke, who is very bad at being a grifter, had to say a few things.
Yeah, he hates crying. That's why he gave the spiel about you're not going to like this.
And the PI now, you found out the PI is a little off-put by by his dislike of crying.
You're coming through way better, by the way. I can hear you now. Yeah, you're moving and stuff.
Had to reset my entire network card.
Of course.
So,
So, what are you telling him?
yeah, how do you schmooze him?
So first, after one last heaving sob, she's gonna just take a very deep breath. I'm so sorry about that. It's been a really long week, you know how it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Just, I've been trying to figure this out, and I don't know, got all these questions, and no one has any answers for me, and it's a lot.
Well, I can get answers, but you gotta tell me what I'm looking for first.
Well, there was a case a while back that you took. My friend, she hired you for it, and then she said that you kind of just ducked out on it, gave her money back.
Yeah, if I can't produce results.
And I'm just trying to figure out why.
Alright, give me a willpower plus grifter, and you can add in.
Got in the.
So give me a roll that is grifter plus willpower plus a d6 for the specialty we invented. His difficulty will be, I'm going to include his dislike of crying, so he gets 3d6 on this. Oh, he generates an opportunity if you have any talents, but you don't. So your difficulty is 9. You have to beat a 9 with your grifter plus your willpower plus your d6 for fem. We'll just say.
All right.
Can she make a talent right now?
Yeah, if you have a talent that you think might fit, you can suddenly invent it.
Like Isabel can just come up with stuff, right?
Yeah.
Kind of on the fly.
Yes, because you're all excellent at what you do.
Cool.
I give you 1 second.
Yeah. Now you're calling up the talents. It's all cool. But yeah. So this seems to be moving along pretty well. Outside, those two people have stopped arguing.
Good.
Burke, he says, before, I'm sorry, I should have offered you coffee. And offers you guys coffee. Or water, if you'd like.
I take the coffee.
Hey, I can communicate with them, right?
Yes.
Food for thought. If there's any way that we can use him, maybe if we're able to follow the wife, Lorraine Jones, maybe she's in contact, or if we follow Wendell Mortello, the new head of the company, see if he gets shaky at all at the mention of those names. Maybe he wants to dismiss it, and just an idea. See how he reacts. Or even the son. Son's still a minor. Let's keep him out of that. The Detective Kelly. We got a couple names. Here's a private eye who could probably follow them around. do a little bit of work for us. Just an idea.
I need like a pegboard right here.
For
Just because I'm like putting them on putting post-it notes on the wall and they just fall right the fuck off.
Oh, that sucks. I have like a notepad.
Oh, I've got about 3 of them and the book in front of me.
Oof.
Yeah, well.
Heists. Goddamn con jobs.
Maybe in the future I'll use the roll 20 for assets, but we'll see.
Yeah.
All right. So does Isabel have anything, or
I
you gonna
don't
try to
think
roll
there's
beat
any
it? No.
talent. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna try to roll beat it. So that
All right.
is Drifter, and Willpower, and
A D6 for Fem, because you're applying your Fem hard to this.
yes.
Ooh, okay. So not only have you failed, you have triggered a D8 complication.
This is a dead end. This guy's he's a stone wall.
He's just like, Miss, I don't discuss my other cases. D8. Let's see, what would that be? Yeah. So there is a complication, and you're getting the feeling like he knows a little more than he's telling you. So, like,
confidentiality.
Yeah, we have a strict sense of confidentiality here, and I'm not at liberty to discuss other cases, especially that one. So, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you won't be able to file whatever story or whatever you were doing here. But I think I'm gonna need to ask you to leave.
Okay, I stand up and I walk around the desk, and I lean in and I put my hand on his leg, just a little harder than, and I say, it's really a shame because Mr. Moratello really wanted to know where you were in that investigation.
Give me a hitter
Good.
plus willpower.
That was
Against-
smart.
I'm going to apply some rules to this.
Okay, so hitter plus, that's 10 plus, where's my willpower?
Alright, so
10
you're...
plus 8, so...
Yes, so can you beat 15 with those 2 dice? Unless you want to spend your plot point to add an asset somehow. Or you can, you don't have a 3rd die to roll yet.
So it's slash roll 1 die 10 plus 8, and yes, I will spend a plot point on that.
Yeah, crush it.
It'd be 1d10 plus 1d8.
Oh, plus 1d8.
And you create another complication.
Yes.
And also fail this roll. Oh, you were going to spend the plot point to get an asset.
Yes.
What asset are you going to apply to him?
Maybe a business card by Mr. Mortello that we acquired to make it seem legit.
You could easily...
I don't know if that's a waste of an asset, though. I don't know how it works.
He already called using it, so yes. So you can have that if you want.
Sure, let's take it.
All right.
Let's see if this moves anything along here.
This fucking
So
guy,
you do
man,
get-
this detective.
This penny
So roll
ante
that
piece
D6.
of shit detective.
Son of a bitch.
So roll that d6. Yeah, he's become a real stumbling block for you guys.
We are the best in our business at what we do, but fuck this guy. This guy, we give up. He is defeated.
Oh, it's another one. He's like,
The building is on
see-
fire.
you see him reach into his desk and pull out a gun,
Okay.
and he says, like, I believe we're done here.
yeah, maybe before somebody dies.
I'm just gonna step up one of his other traits rather than create a new one.
Jesus.
So yeah, this scene, you have failed to meet the stakes on this, and so this scene's gonna come to an end.
Rainbow,
Yeah.
check his emails.
Yeah, how's this hacking going?
Yeah.
No,
While that was going on, it was.
Yeah, I mean, all right. So give me a hacker plus intelligence, and if you have anything that you want to create for it. Oh, and Jeff, you only get 1 plot point for that complication.
Okay.
So, Rainbow, give me the role of hacker plus intelligence. Oh, I'm sorry. I should have set the DC first.
Is there any way that you can see his emails too after they leave if he emails somebody or
You have
somebody?
succeeded. So you are in his network.
Yeah.
So,
What are you trying to find?
I'm gonna go. Well, I want to check his email since I'm in there. See who he's been talking to.
You see about 4 email addresses that look like just normal clients. One of them is clearly the email of a woman who was looking for her cheating husband, and attached to that is many, many pictures of that husband at a motel
Nice.
with a young woman. Another one is trying to think of what else PIs do. Like a lot of just
Missing
like
Insurance fraud, usually.
yeah, insurance fraud. So there's like pictures of a you know what? There are pictures of the car crash of oh my god, what is his name again? Shit. Started with me.
Chris
Ernest.
Jones.
Ernest Miller's car crash.
Ooh, he's got pictures of the
It looks like he was
car
the
crash.
insurance, but he into that for the insurance company.
Yeah, he was insurance investigator for the car crash.
And all the signs that, and the email says, like, it looks like all signs point to it just being an accidental car crash, recommended to pay out.
Wait, this Ernest Miller was the investigator to the car crash.
No,
Oh, he's
Ernest
the dead
Miller was
guy.
the client's husband.
Oh, I get you. Okay.
Okay,
He's the Mr. Body in this situation, yes.
learning that, can I get
And this
into his
detective
case
investigator?
file?
Yeah, the case file on this shows a bunch of pictures of the car from a distance. The car caught fire, and it doesn't seem, and the name of like the body shop it was taken to, and it was very quickly impounded, or not impounded, sold for scrap.
That,
Like the shop got it, and like the next day.
that is really weird. Looks
Yeah.
like they
Anomalous.
pushed through scrapping the car. All he took was pictures from a distance. What kind of private investigator is this guy?
One that's paid not to investigate too deeply. I would assume.
Okay, can I get into his bank statement, see who's been paying this guy?
His bank statements are a little. This guy. Let's see. This guy doesn't have a lot of money. He wasn't paid extremely well to move this along. But you do see about a month after all of this, he cashes a check, a cashier's check. Yeah, he cashes a cashier's check from a. No, it wouldn't be a cashier's check. He cashes a check from a.
The Kohl's gift card.
It's not a Kohl's gift card for $5,000. It is a
It's a
check
cold
from.
jackpot.
Oh shit! I need to think of a thing.
like an untraceable, like it's
A
not belonging
bearer
to
bond.
any- something like that. Yeah. Or like a
no
sorry.
idea what bearer
Uh,
bonds.
or like a what are they, like money orders or something? The
No, it's
Traveler's check.
no, it's a $5,000
Gold
payment
bar.
from
The
Waldo
blue-
Emerson Industries. A $5,000 payment from Waldo Emerson Industries, and then you see checks from that company for the next year come into him in that amount.
Huh.
There,
Okay.
whoever's paying him is smart. They're keeping the increments small so it doesn't get flagged.
Yeah, I think 6,000 is the flag.
I know it used to be 10,000, but I think they lowered it. So, can I try to track that company from?
The company exists, does not list an address. Oh, no, it does list an address. The address is not in this town. But we're gonna move on. We're gonna switch this. Do you want this to become your spotlight scene?
You know what? Yes.
Do you want to declare some kind of talent or specialty? Or some kind of... Yeah, specialty is what I meant. Or a way that you do this?
I guess. Specialty. I didn't think about specialties. We'll declare a specialty for just cover, like, being stealthy about it, making sure to cover my tracks and not just blowing a hole through the firewalls and
clear. You can call that clearing the registry.
Okay.
Which I believe what that might actually be called, but I don't remember. It's been a while since class.
Deleting the cookies.
Delete my cookies when I die.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So if you'd like to apply your specialty to this, I will set the target at. You are dealing with banks, so these are a little more intense security than you are generally approached. Why did that? Okay, there it is. You have to. I have set the stakes at a 9. Can you raise them with your intelligence, hacker, and specialty?
Crush it. I assume this company must have a lot of other companies. If this is not even the mine, right?
You have succeeded, but you have rolled 2 complications. Take a plot point.
I will take a plot point.
How does this happen every time?
There's some nights roll 20 just gives you wins.
Look at this dice roller.
I was once part of a game where 4 people crit failed in a row. So.
Oof. All right. A complication has appeared for your hacking. You seem to have come to some kind of weird 4th company that seems to be a Cayman company, and another one that appears to be a security contractor, which has much higher security.
What
Shit.
in the world? This goes
Call
deep.
it Pegasus Security.
Security companies. We got Cayman Island banks. Somebody wants to hide their tracks pretty desperately. This is.
Would he run like this just because somebody died in a car accident? Like,
Well, you do know that from what you've heard, the thing that the investigator was looking into could cause the mine to come up with so many safety violations that it would trigger more investigations than, and if the press got wind of it, could shut down the company.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And him disappearing was the quickest, easiest way to just kill it all.
Yep.
Make the public lose interest. Not bad, not bad. So you're saying they got it's in a private security company?
Yep.
Like paramilitary?
Is it that deep? Paramilitary?
What are we looking at here?
See, here's the thing. There's a payout from Emerson to Pegasus Security on a regular basis.
Yeah, so I'm gonna guess that they're private security. Who knows what they're up to?
Yeah. Let's see. If anyone has worked with private security, they would know that this is a much bigger company.
Burke, probably, right?
Hey, that's a thing that I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Bert
So
would have been
I've-
like Pegasus Security.
Have we left the room yet?
You know what?
Yeah, you're back in
Been
the
kicked out, right? We're hanging outside the psychic's office.
Yeah. When
You've
Doing
taken
that
this
thing where
gun.
they're acting like they're not talking at a perfectly reasonable volume.
See,
when that Oh,
I would know all about Pegasus security, and I've dealt with them before, and I even know somebody on the inside.
Why?
Because my distinction is I know a guy.
You know a guy. All right. So you want to find out more about Pegasus security, and you know a guy. Let's
I
see.
know a guy.
Have you declared your let's say mastermind on this one? Have you declared your mastermind yet?
I have not.
All right. So would you like a D6 or a D4 in there?
Well, hopefully it's a D6.
All right. So you are attempting to put a D6 in there. You do not get a plot point for
Yeah.
the volume. All right. So let me set the stakes. And if you fail the stakes, the D4 goes in there anyway. So you get your DC is 8. You get to roll your mastermind plus your what is knowing people?
Distinction.
No, yes. So you get to add a D6. Oh, you get to.
I get a D8 or a D4, my choice.
Yeah, a D4 is you know a guy, and that's bad for
And
you.
that's
But a
bad.
D8 is.
This case, I'll call it good. So,
I think you have to spend your plot point for it, but
not that I was aware of. The point by distinction is it's a D8 when it comes up, or it's a D4 and you gain a plot point.
cool. Okay, yes,
So,
do it.
but then what's the actual role I'm using here?
Willpower and mastermind,
Willpower and mastermind.
and your
Alright.
D8. Please just be 3 ones. Please be 3 ones.
The way this is going.
You
Turns
die.
out the entire industrial complex was after you. Oh, there's a complicated.
Not 888. It was 886. So it's. Oh well, that's a 3 anyways. So,
All right, so you
11
you-
with a complication.
you have failed to raise the stakes, but you do get a plot point. Congrats.
Woo! And I'm now a D4 mastermind.
Yeah. So you try to place a couple of calls, and you don't get through. You get a lot of voicemails, and you might get a call back, but you know these people, and if they don't pick up for you, they're not going to pick up for you.
I at least know some general stuff about Pegasus.
Yeah, Pegasus is a large security contractor that does things from, military level things as well
Contracts.
as military level contracts, as well as providing personal bodyguards for events. They boast on their website about being the security management for the latest SIA tour.
What?
Yeah, they do concerts. They are security for concerts like Liam Neeson in the beginning of Taken.
Oh, awesome. Okay. High profile, rich people.
Rich people, stars, the wealthy. They are security to the stars.
Any way that we could get one of their outfits, Burke, I think we've just found a perfect spot for you. If
Sounds
we
like
need
fun.
to in the future, dress you up as one of their security, slip you in somewhere. Maybe you just find somebody with the right measurements and you replace them non-lethally
Of course not.
if we need to. So
Yeah.
this is good to keep in mind. So then
So-
any information we can get on them.
So, what's your next move? Are you going to continue looking into Pegasus, or are you going to continue looking into the other people?
I feel like William Moore is a dead end, right? Are we all?
Yeah.
We
William
done-
Moore isn't a dead end entirely. You have got him. You might have started something by talking to him.
I do. That's what I wanted. Rainbow to just keep an eye on his emails, keep an eye on his phone history if you can. I'm not sure because now
Noted.
with cell phones, I don't know if you can get in there. So that
Ooh,
if
you know
it
what?
does,
This is
obviously it would
perfect
put up a red
time.
flag.
Actually, can I declare
Yes.
a talent?
Yes, go ahead. Tell me
I
what
want
you
to
do.
declare. Can I declare? Do you have that thing I gave you and say they had a cloning device to clone his phone when they were up there?
Okay.
Do you want to do that or a bug in the office?
Ooh, either one would be good.
He is a private eye.
Let's do a
Yeah.
bug in the office.
Yes, bug in the
Alright.
office is perfect.
And you know what? We'll give you both. You did clone his phone and a bug in the office.
Nice.
And I believe you have to spend a plot point for that.
That's even better, actually.
Yes. So I will spend a plot point. And then that creates an asset for a D8 we can use later.
Yes, so you have that. Sometime in the future, you can invoke that.
Sweet.
So,
All right, cool.
Can
So
I do a flashback thing?
yes.
That while I was leaning on him, Isabel pulled out the phone cloner thing and just started running it.
Yes, I like it.
All right, that would be Isabel. Do you have your thief assigned?
I do not have thief assigned.
Ah, okay. Do you want to make it a D4 or do you want to make it a D8? Or D6? D4 gets you a plot point. So it's your call. D4 gets you a plot point, and a D6 means it could end up being a D6, but if you fail, is a D4.
Let's go ahead and make it a D4 and get the plot point.
All right, so you have to beat a 9 using your D4 thief plus your let's say alertness, or
Oh, that's gonna end badly.
yeah, it wouldn't be
Would
strength.
that be?
What about agility?
Yeah.
Yes,
like-
do agility if you'd like,
You know,
All right.
because yes.
sleight of hand, kind of.
Yeah. And I feel like that would also positively trigger my distinction, which is no fear.
Okay.
Because
There's
she
a-
has no fear of him catching her
There's a
with
gun problem.
Everly.
Yes, but she doesn't know it at that point in the flashback. But yes, I will allow it. So put in your no fear and add that D6 to your roll.
Right.
And she just has to beat a 9.
Yes,
Isabel just has to top a 9.
So
with the
that's-
2 highest dice. So it's a D4 for your thief, a D6 for your distinction, and your agility is rolled as well.
All right.
D8 distinction.
Oh yeah, it's a D8 distinction. I'm sorry.
Okay. That makes things easier.
Makes things more likely. All right.
Hey!
Fail,
So,
because those ones actually count as zeros.
yeah.
Oh, no.
Well, you met it, right? You met it.
Nope. You have to raise it.
Mother.
So you guys are just
Just kill
failing
him.
left and
Just
right
kill this
on
guy.
this guy.
Just kill this guy.
So-
He's a nightmare.
Jesus Christ, you are making him a nightmare. He wasn't
We
this
need
good
to
a minute
leave.
ago.
We need to just leave. It's time to leave. The seed has been
Just gotta leave this
planted.
guy alone.
Abort mission.
So why do I feel like this PI was supposed to be an extra and now he's become a rival?
Yeah, he's become a thing.
He is smarter than he looked. We really thought he was like an easy mark. He is not. This guy is clever.
So what
I know how to
happens?
affect his computer.
Oh, did you add the D8 for the? Do you have that thing I gave you?
Thing?
Oh, does that?
Oh.
Does the bug
Oh.
count for that?
I think that just.
No, because you have to spend a plot point to trigger the bug thing. So
Yeah.
this is just you planting it. So you have successfully planted it. However, the complication is that he knows you planted it, but you do not know that that complication exists. So I have a D8 complication to throw at you guys when he knows you planted a bug.
That could work in our favor. Well, we don't know it, right?
You don't know it.
Right
It
over the
might
head.
work in your favor
Don't worry
if
about
you
it.
knew that he knew that you
Keep-
don't know.
Rainbow,
It's
just keep an
like
eye
you-
on that phone.
But
I wanna-
you know that I know that you know that I know.
that I actually don't
Yeah,
know.
Can I?
But yes.
I just want to point out real quick, guys. We may have another problem. We did just question this guy about the job, and we just found out they contract private security. We may also want to keep an eye on the wife.
Whoops.
On-
On
On
the
the-
client's wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the client,
Yes,
on the client.
not the Mark's wife.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. We may want
Yep.
to keep an eye on her in case they, attempt to eliminate her.
That is a good point. That is a very good point.
That does cost quite a bit, you guys know. But yes, so.
What costs quite a bit?
Pegasus Security is not generally in that line of work,
Okay, gotcha.
but it is not out of reason that someone from their outfit might take that job. especially domestically.
Yeah, I feel like they might not jump on it right away, because if they want to relieve suspicion, the last thing they should do is kill the wife on top of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What their best case scenario is leave the wife alive so that she can, but nobody's listening to her. You know, and that's most likely what they're going to do. But not a bad idea. It is something that we should consider.
All right, so I have a D8 patriarchy to throw at you guys,
What's that?
just to complicate. Never mind. Okay, so
It sounded ominous.
yeah, D8 patriarchy because no one will listen to the wife. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
All right.
No, I mean that as a joke. I don't mean that for real.
Okay. I was like,
So, you guys have you've explored this scene. Move on. My God. Don't make this guy any more powerful.
Yes, get us out of here.
If you give him any more complications, he's going to develop superpowers.
Just stop letting me roll dice.
Hey,
He takes off his mask and he is the Mark with 2 machine guns. Well, oh, shit.
And I got away with it, thanks to you incompetent kids.
Okay. All right. Well,
So, yeah, you guys have to do something. We're going to come up on a break around 9:30, so we've got about, or 9:45 we generally do the break, right? Or 9:30. Yeah.
9:30.
I think it's time to leave the PI alone and do anything
But
else.
Yeah, we
I refuse
leave,
to...
we
okay.
hop back into the back of the van, and we're just like,
we're gone. We're gone.
The television show cuts to commercial, but I'm going to bring us back from commercial so that we don't go to break on a loss. On so bad of a loss. Pacing matters.
Okay. So
All right.
maybe we should.
Yes, what is the next part of your plan?
Dig into this Waldo Emerson company more.
I mean,
all right.
We
Who
could-
hasn't really done a spotlight?
Thief.
The thief.
Yes, so the Waldo Emerson company does have several properties around the city. And you, being a good thief, might be sent to go investigate it. So, let's focus on you, Willow. What kind of thief are you?
No. I am a thief grifter. So, I mean,
All right, so
I
you come up to a gated
absolutely
community.
like to abuse social engineering to get past whatever I can. Humans are often the weakest point of security.
Gotcha. You come up to a very fancy neighborhood just out in the next town over, actually, and it's a gated community, fenced in. Isabel, you should have gotten a plot point for the complications there. Sorry. Thanks for reminding me, people. All right.
Yeah, everybody who's rolled at least a single one on a roll got the plot point for it.
It's a
Yeah.
lot of plot points.
And it doesn't matter how many ones you roll; you only get a single plot point for it.
Dang.
But if you've made multiple rolls and gotten one on each of the rolls, you get 1 point for each.
Okay.
All right. So you see a gated community. Let's say it's an apartment building with a doorman, and the doorman looks significant. How are you going to get past the doorman?
All right, so it's a gated community or it's
Sorry,
a
it's an
building?
apartment building in the next town over, but it's a very fancy apartment building. The condos there cost more than the average salary for a cop could pay. And the doorman looks not insignificant.
Okay, well then, well, I have just the sort of thing for this laying around the car,
Okay.
and I'll go and put on. Doesn't take much to make the disguise.
Yeah, you can have that disguise made.
Oh yeah. Well, this
Simple.
disguise is not very much. And so then I'll get out. And do I know the actual apartment number that I'm going to?
Yes, it's apartment 4C.
4C for who is it again? I'm bad at remembering names.
You don't know. It is owned by the Waldo Emerson Company.
Yep.
You don't know what name has been attributed to that right now.
All right. So I'll park the car and get out. I'll go up to the doorman. Hey.
How are you dressed?
I've got an Uber Eats delivery here from Bang Tea Thai Bistro for it says Mr. Johnson in 4C.
All right, I'm going to set a difficulty for you, and let's see if you can beat it. This will be a grifter roll, but you're good at this, so. All right, so you have an opportunity if you have something, but if not, your difficulty is 5, not very high.
111.
So you can give me a grifter willpower, or unless you have some other way to do it.
No, I think willpower is essentially it. So it's grifter and willpower, and I'm going to invoke a talent here.
Ooh.
It's a grifter talent of Master of Disguise.
Okay.
Which means that if I've met somebody in disguise and they later see me in not disguise or a different disguise, they cannot make the connection.
Gotcha.
In additionally, I always get an extra D6 when using a disguise.
Okay, then you get that extra D6.
So
more chance to roll ones.
Shut up.
The way this is going.
Yeah.
All right, we got a 5 and a 5 and a 5. Okay, you have crushed this.
He's
the
in love
doorman's
with
just
you
like,
now.
I don't think Mr. Johnson. No, there's no Mr. Johnson up there. I mean, that's Mr. Ralph's apartment. He tells you it's Mr. Ralph's apartment.
Okay, I show them their seat. It says, well, it says Mr. Johnson. He put a little winky on there, so maybe he doesn't want somebody to know he's ordering banh mi at this hour.
Gross.
Yeah, thanks a lot, man.
Yeah, and he opens the door for you.
And I will head on up.
And you did get the piece of information that he said it was Mr. Ralph.
Mr. Ralph.
Okay.
That was
so
primarily
you head up
what
to
we were
the
here
apartment.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
You head up to the apartment. The door is locked. What are you going to do?
Well, obviously, I'm going to put my bag down and I'm going to knock loudly.
All right. You don't get any response.
Okay. And looking around, there should be nobody around. It's been fairly quiet, I assume.
Yeah, it's a hallway. You do hear the sound of a TV very loudly playing Maury.
You are not the father.
And the door that's coming from has a very nice doormat outside that says, "I love my cats."
There's a doorman at the front of the building, and then there's a doorman within the building?
No, a doormat. M-A-T-T.
Okay.
Not a
Do you
doorman.
think it was just a guy standing around going, "I love cats. I do. I want everybody in this building to know."
That's probably going to be a gossip Gabby. I would talk to maybe.
But okay,
somebody's probably going to want.
I love cats. That's like, all right.
That's next door. That's in 4E or 4E has what you would guess is an older woman very loudly listening to Maury.
All right. Since it seems to be quiet, doesn't really sound like anybody's going to come up. The bag is down. I guess I'll slip out my lock. Well, I mean, it's just a normal door. It's got a deadbolt.
Your thing is, you have to beat a 4, and I created a complication. But I don't know how you would use that right now. So there's a good chance you're going to get through this door. Go ahead and roll your agility thief.
Plot point too, right?
He could spend it. No, I don't generate plot points for you.
Okay. That'd be cool.
No, opportunities don't generate plot points.
Well, I braced the stakes, but I got another plot point. Another complication.
You did. All right, another complication.
D10. God damn it.
Okay. So, I've got a complication and a D6 I can throw at you. All right.
All right.
So
So
you successfully
I
get.
picked the lock. Yeah.
Yeah, you successfully get into the apartment. You look around. You see it's a pretty cut and dry place. Like hasn't been used for very long. You do notice like a little bowl next to the door, and next to that little bowl, like where someone would put their keys, is a little notebook. And further in the apartment, you see clothes. You see a couple boxes of cereal. 2 separate bedrooms. One of the bedrooms, it has the door shut. One of the bedrooms has the door open. And the one with the door open has clothes on the floor.
Men's, women's.
Men's.
Okay. So there's one bedroom's closed, and the open bedroom has clothes on the floor just inside of it, huh?
Yeah, clothes on the floor, and not just like scattered, but like someone's been there and is a dirty person who throws their clothes on the floor rather than a basket or anything. And you notice 2 bowls in the sink, and the dishwasher is half full of plates.
Interesting. Look at the notepad. Does it look like it was written on?
The
like
notepad
impressions?
looks like it has a series of numbers on it, and the numbers roughly go like 3 to 1. Let's see. I need a chart for this. This is a thing I never remember. But I'm sorry. Go ahead.
The series of numbers. I'm going to take pictures of it. Yeah, if there's actual writing on it, I will take pictures of it, which will automatically go to Dropbox, and then the hacker can get them. I don't care what it says right now. Somebody's going to look at them.
Was there something that led us to this specific apartment?
Yes, it was. It says 4 to 1 President Dog, 5 to 7 Distinguished Pearl, 1 to 3 Mr. 1-1.
Dog races or horse
6
races.
to 4 Admiral Lizard.
Is he betting on Corgi?
I love that name, Admiral Lizard. All right. So he's a better.
Yeah.
And
So
yeah,
I'm taking a picture of that and just looking around. So there's dishes in the dishwasher, there's dishes in the sink, there's clothes on the floor, and there's one room closed.
you do notice towards the end you see a series of numbers that look like football betting, which I don't know how it's done. But they look like the statistics you'd be writing down if you're bet on football.
Okay, so the whole thing looks like it's some kind of some kind of gambling thing. I would recognize that being a D8 grifter.
Yeah.
So all right, well take pictures anyways and look around. One bedroom closed. I'll call out again, not too loud so they carry out. Mr. Johnson?
Nothing's happening.
Nothing. And I guess with the bag in one hand, I'll actually go up to the closed bedroom and knock.
The closed bedroom is locked.
Oh. All right.
But you're good enough that you can pick it quite easily. Well, let's see. Let's do 2d6 first. All right. You have to beat a 3. So
All right.
roll your thief and agility, and let's see how many ones you generate. 0.
None.
All right, so you have picked this
Thank
door,
God.
and inside this door is a perfectly neat. The bed is made with like hospital corners. You see 2 pairs of boots up against the wall. The boots look fresh. Everything in this room has been done to military perfection.
Ah. Yeah, interesting. All right. Snap pictures of the boots quickly. There's drawers, obviously.
Yes, there are drawers. If you look, everything inside the drawers is perfectly folded.
But it's just clothing, nothing but clothing.
You also find what looks to be a gun case and equipment for cleaning, a pistol. Things that a military-style bodyguard would keep in an apartment. So that's
Check
what you're
for a
getting from them.
uniform.
All right.
Not a uniform, though. You see several very nice, like, $1,000 suits.
Okay.
Those are their uniforms.
They are cut for a little more room around the chest so that you can put a gun in there.
All right. Well, quietly close those doors and make my way out. And if I'm not seeing anybody in the living room, I'll at least look in the dirty bedroom.
You look in the dirty bedroom. It looks to be an older gentleman's bedroom. You could guess that Mr. Ralph, let's say, was staying in this apartment. And he is kind of like someone who relies on the maid to pick up stuff.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I
Did
guess.
you
Go ahead.
Did you take a plot point for your complication?
Yes, I did.
Excellent. All right. So I think
Uh,
you've learned some things there. So I think we're gonna
All right.
go
Yeah,
on
so-
you looking at that bedroom and the gun case. We're gonna zoom out onto a commercial break. We're gonna take a
Commercial
quick.
break.
Yes, we're gonna take a 10-minute break. We'll be back soon. So make sure to get up and stretch and drink some water and be healthy humans. All right.
We are live.
All right, welcome back to Leverage RPG, everybody. Say hello. Hello. All right.
Hello.
So when we
No.
left off, the crew was investigating into the death of Ernest Ahrens, and they discovered a PI, William Moore, who seemed to be a much bigger deal than he was than you thought. And so, what would you guys like to look into next? You found connections to a military contractor. You can look into things, and yeah, we've got to come up with some way to get. Remember, the goal is to have expose Christopher Jones and to have him admit to the murder and potentially the pollution.
All right. So, first things first, is I think Wendell Mortello, he's going to be our only. Sorry, I started to go New York there. Got to go country. Wendell Mortello is, I think, the only real, or the biggest fish that we can find. Other than that, a detective. Detectives are higher up. He's got to be expensive to keep on the payroll, too. I think if we have a meeting with Wendell, and maybe we have Isabel and
You haven't really been in any scenes yet, Eli.
I guess I could meet him. All right, I'll tell you what. We can be an American company, not overseas company. So, could we be part of a company that exists? Would you guys be able to make fake IDs, perhaps for a contract that the mine would be thirsty to get?
Faking a company is definitely doable for you guys. You don't even have to roll.
Oh,
That's excellent.
I can fake a company, please.
All right, so let's say we're
You might as well establish it for real. It's that easy. Thanks, Delaware.
Let's say we're new up
Ooh,
and coming,
LLCs.
an up and coming industry. Here to we're giving jobs to a lot of people. We're factories. We got a good couple of factories in the Midwest, and we're looking to expand out here. But we're gonna have to get rid of some trash. Then we hear that he's the man to talk to. The only problem is we hear there's some shady business, and that some of the people tend to go missing. Now, I don't know if we're going to be doing deals with people who lie to the people that are up with them. You get what I'm saying? So, like, we let him know we know what you done.
All right, well, let's just do that scene then, rather than talk about it.
Cool.
Let's do that.
All right.
So,
Okay.
you guys have established your presence. You've got a meeting with Wendell Moore.
Uh-oh.
What? Did we lose something? No? You just said uh-oh for no reason? Okay.
I just froze.
No, not to us.
Oh, my whole thing froze.
No,
Oh.
you're still moving.
We're good. We're good.
If you need to reset it, that's fine too. All right, but yeah, whoever is in a focus scene obviously has to drop out of the stream for a minute. Every time. We're rolling ones on our tech. Yeah. All right, so you've got a meeting with Wendell Moore. You're sitting there, and the secretary is, can I get you a water or a coffee? And you see he is one of those CEOs now have like glass in their offices so you can see who they're meeting with, and that seems like a terrible idea to me, but you can see that he's in there talking to somebody in a nice suit, and that person gets up and walks past you, doesn't really make eye contact with you, doesn't seem to be anyone you notice or care about, and they say, yes. Okay, yes, Mr. Fleck. Mr. Wendell, we'll see you now.
Is that me?
Yeah, you, I just came up with one because I needed it
That's
for the
fine.
line.
I was going to say Brolin, Josh Brolin, but that's fine.
How about Brolin Fleck? That's the most,
Brolin Fleck. Yes, thank you very kindly. And I start making my way
yeah.
to his office.
Wendell Moore is wearing, like, $5,000 suit, $10,000 watch. His haircut costs more than most cars. and silk tie.
And it's sculpted like a jaguar.
golden dust in it.
No, that's too cool for him.
How may I help you?
That is way too cool.
He's a wizard. He's actually a wizard.
He's the guy from, what was it, Rush Hour or something? Or no?
Ruby Rod.
All right.
You might have killed me. All right.
Anywho.
So he's wearing very small glasses. He is kind of young for beheading a company.
Shouldn't be heading anybody.
Yes, and he says, my secretary sent me your proposal and said you'd like to meet. It's an interesting proposal, but you said there were some issues that you needed to address in person, and I'm more than happy to meet with prospective business partners. So, what can I help you with? He gets up and shakes their hands.
I shake his hand.
Are you the only one in there, or is there anyone with you?
I was actually thinking that the grifter was going to be with me. Hardcore.
Well, here's the thing. That means he has now seen the grifter, and you can't use her again later. Okay. But that's fine.
Because it's a glass office. I was going to say thief in the vents, but glass office. We're not going to be able to.
I mean, Griff the master of disguise.
Yeah.
Do you want me to join you?
The thief grifter with the master of disguise is probably his best bet.
You're a grifter. You're part grifter. Yeah.
Part grifter. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
So we'll say they look like your assistant.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. I've got an extensive wardrobe.
Gotcha. So Griff's there. Griff is a very pretty gentleman, and he shakes hands with both of you and seems to linger on Griff a little longer.
We've come to, well, obviously we're interested in doing business with you, Mr. Martello. But
it's Martello.
Martello. My apologies. But, well, in looking into your business, we noticed a couple of red flags, I guess. Now, we're all here to make money, and we're all here to take care of business. And I don't allow simple and irritating things to get in the way of my business. As you can tell, that's why I'm here to tackle this. So, it seemed like there was some sort of issue, with lawsuits, something about pollution of some sort, and a death.
All right. He's going to put up a good face. He is very good at what he does, so you will have some challenge. So your difficulty is 12, and I want from you a... not notice. Notice isn't a thing. An alertness plus
Okay.
either grifter or mastermind, if you can explain mastermind in this situation.
Okay, so my alertness is 10, so I roll a 1d10, right?
Yep, 1d10 plus.
Okay, that's not so great.
And
then
need
you
to
said,
find a way to add more die.
and then you said if I can come up with a reason
For it to be your highest one.
Okay, so Mastermind, he is the CEO of this company. He's running all of these things at once, right? He's obviously handling a lot of burning bags, juggling them. As a mastermind, that's kind of what you try to do anyway. And I want to have kind of not so much in figuring him out, but more in showing him that I am of the same ilk.
Gotcha.
I mean, just with my eyes, just like, look, bro, we're both in the same bag. Just fucking cut the shit. Like, I'm here. That's why I'm here to do business. Like, I'm here to take care of shit.
All right.
Is that okay? Okay.
Yeah. Do you? Okay. Go for it. Do you want to drop a distinction on that or a specialty on it?
So my distinction, though, my existing distinction is that, oh, you know what? My existing distinction is that I did time. I've been to prison. people know my face. And if he looks me up, he's going to see exactly who I am if he somehow finds my face anywhere. So one of the things that I can basically say to him is making sure that the door is shut and making sure, kind of turning around and looking at the people all outside, and then turning to him and saying, I didn't start out like this. I was hired by this company to take care of business in the real sense. And I could even give him my real name. My name is Eli Wells. You look me up and you'll find me. I took care of shit, took care of business for years, and I made a lot of money doing it. I went to jail. But now here I am, because this company needs someone who takes care of business, and that's what I'm here to do.
All right, give him that roll using your mastermind and a D8 distinction.
Okay, cool. So mastermind, and then 1d8. 8.
All right, so your total is 12, which meets it, but does not raise the stakes on him.
Good.
You could spend another plot point to add that 4 to the roll, thus increasing it to 3 dice.
I will do that. Do I explain the plot?
I think you already did sufficiently, explaining how all of those things apply. Yes, so you have now won the roll, and he's like, yes, we looked into you and your associates. It didn't, Mr. Fleck didn't hold up very well.
Thought you'd get a kick out of that. Now listen, you and I both know that though you're running the show in some sense, there's someone really running the show, and I'd like to speak to him. Or at least he was running the show before he left 3 years ago, and 3 years isn't that big of a change for a company. So I'd like to talk to the man who may actually be running this company so I can really get some real answers. Is that possible, and how soon can I meet him?
He looks a little insulted. He says, the gentleman who was formerly running this company passed away.
I just cold stare at him for a while.
He's just cold stares back at you, and he goes, however, you never need to meet with him. You would never need to meet with him anyway.
Is that so?
What do you want for this deal to go through?
Well, what I want is to ensure that what happened before doesn't happen again.
I think I can ensure that.
Really? Because the last kerfuffle you had to squish a tin can and make someone disappear. Now, though I'm not against that personally, and though I have done such things in the past, this company is not about that. They don't like taking these risks. That's why they're sending me to talk to you. You understand? Now, one of the things that they're nervous about, and it's a new company, they're not so in the game as I knew, is that if something like this rises again, that cutting their ties with you isn't going to be enough, that they may be in danger, real danger, like your former employer. Because we both know that he didn't. That heart attack wasn't so convincing.
So you would handle that, or would you like it to be handled otherwise?
What they want to know is that it wouldn't come to that. Or that if it does come to that, that there are certain safety precautions that your company takes into effect. Ergo,
I will assure you that we take every precaution necessary to safeguard our investments. Every precaution.
That's good to hear. May I see one of them?
No, I mean...
A safe house of any kind, anything like that. Anything to bring back to my people so they can say, okay, cool. Because right now they're like...
I can assure you that such an outstanding situation could be handled with a phone call. And would then never trouble anyone again.
Could that phone call happen now?
He picks up the phone, hits a couple of numbers, and waits a moment and says, Yes, hello. Yes. Confirmation code 47 Alpha Beta November Bravo. Yes. Within the hour. Thank you. Click. And he holds up the phone. You did hear, on the other hand, what sounded like a robotic voice saying, "Welcome to Pegasus Industries."
Oh, yeah. Right. He's probably going to have prep. Okay.
All right. So, anything else you're trying to get in that scene?
So, I don't know if we do this. Nah, you know what? Anything else we'll handle in flashbacks.
Yeah.
I personally, I'm good with that scene. If anybody else wanted.
Nah, I'm good.
All right.
Anybody want to plant a bug in that office?
Do you?
I think he's beyond a bug. I think he's probably going to be like,
Yeah, this is probably the kind of person who sweeps his office.
if anything, actually, no, do not plant a bug, because the way that I came to him straight up. I think
Alright.
if he does genuinely believe in it, let's ride that out. If he doesn't, then we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Oh,
Distrust is commonplace. He doesn't trust me, but he may believe what I'm saying to a degree.
while you're having it out with him, my phone is going to ring. I'll
Yes.
pick it up and go, yes, and hold on. And I'll just whisper to you, I need to take this. I'll see you outside. And I'll exit the office so you continue arguing with him.
Okay.
And I'm going to step out of the office.
I look almost annoyed that he has to get like, right. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like I'm not like, oh yeah, sure. It's like
You look annoyed, but you also know, because you heard it over our comms, that I sub-vocalized somebody call me.
yeah, no, I know. I just wanted him to see that I'm like fucking now? Like, really? It's rude as hell. Like,
All right, so you walk
step
outside.
out, basically, yeah. Basically, and like he has like an executive assistant or somebody just outside of the office.
Yes.
Right, so I'll basically pretend it's a relatively short call, and then I'll like hang up, and I'll put on that I'm so put on, and I will just kind of, socialize with the executive assistant.
All right.
Not exactly schmooze, but
What are you trying to get from her?
what I'm trying to get from her, I'm trying to get friendly. I'm trying to make a friend
Okay.
for the future. Also, just kind of generally keeping an eye out, any kind of security measures I can see or whatever she's got. She's got, hidden buttons behind her desk that she may be using.
panic buttons.
She definitely does have a panic button, but let's see. All right, so your difficulty on this will be 9. I think Grifter is still in play here. And let's see. Is your vitality good? Is your vitality how pretty you are? I don't know.
The book says, why is there no charisma? It's like, well, it depends on what kind of charisma you're trying to put off. Vitality
you're going
being
for
both constitution and sort of vivaciousness. So,
do you feel that applies, or would you go more with force of personality?
Agility is also like feeling out a conversation, I think. Right?
I do more. I'm not feeling agility on it. So I'd say give me a willpower or vitality. You get to make the call. And if you have anything else you want to apply to it. So, what you doing? I think you still have a specialty open.
Yeah. So just vitality and grifter then, I guess. Somehow my stats got all messed around on this sheet.
Yeah,
it's telling me that like all 5 of my stats except agility are D6, and that's not possible.
No, I think I accidentally messed up your sheet. I have too much power.
No one man should have all these flowers.
All these flowers?
That song, no one man should have all that power.
Flowers.
But then I just put in different words.
Okay.
Grifter
So yeah, you said it.
Griffith Vitality. Oh, that'll be fun.
Okay, do it.
Oh, 13.
All right. 13 definitely beats her 9. So, you have successfully flirted with this woman. She seems very into you. She touches your arm lightly. There's a scene of the two of you chit-chatting, but we can't really hear what's being said. So yes, you have... yeah, that succeeds.
Perfect.
Essentially, I'm just, if I ever need to come back this way.
Yeah, you could trigger something here in a flashback, or yes. So
Yeah.
yes. All right. Let's see, who hasn't done anything? So while that is happening, what is Burke and Rainbow and maybe even Isabel doing?
Did we want to go talk to that detective while they're doing this?
Detective Kelly.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
If we're doing that, Rainbow needs a janitor suit. She has a plan.
All right, Rainbow has a janitor suit.
Awesome.
I love this game. Unless you want the janitor suit to become a real asset that you can add a D6 to later, you can add a plot point to do that.
Oh,
later.
I just need it so I can use my talent. I just work here.
Yeah, that'll work.
It was toss up between that or Master of Disguise for me.
Both are great.
Actually, could I, as we're leaving, could I, did he dress up?
Who?
The thief. Griff.
Yeah, he dressed up as a like executive.
Personal assistant. Yeah.
And he looks like the part, but is he still wearing those big, like, reflective... Does he still have those
Sunglasses.
on?
He wouldn't have them inside, would he?
No. Probably not.
But when we go outside, do you put them back on? Like, how often do you have those on?
Yeah, as much as possible.
So as we leave, like, we're, kind of getting... I want to go... Why are you always wearing them glasses?
This is an opening for a flashback.
Like, what is with that? It doesn't really jive with the guys. So why even bring them? It's not that sunny out.
Because I don't like people seeing my face.
All right, so we'll cut to a flashback of a younger Griff being chased by someone through, let's say, a shopping mall, saying, "That's him right there. I know his face." And then he runs by his sunglass hut, grabs the glasses,
face.
and
His beautiful face.
do you guys want to give Griff the distinction? Because everyone gets one distinction assigned to them by the rest of the crew. Do you want to give him the distinction mirrored sunglasses or too pretty?
Oh, too
Or
pretty.
whatever,
Too pretty,
or whatever
too
else
pretty.
you come up with.
Too
Is
pretty
it
can cut
too
both
pretty?
ways.
Is
Too
Griff a
pretty.
beautiful man? Is he like a beautiful man?
He's supposed to be something of a all-American, blonde hair, blue eyes heartthrob. So
That's
Yes.
perfect. That's
Okay.
come on.
Yeah.
he's
too pretty.
He's too pretty.
People look at him too long.
and
They'll
we
notice it across the room. He's trying
Have
to
we
steal
had-
shit, and they're like, "Who's that beautiful man stealing all those things?"
That model with my wallet. But no, I like that as a distinction. So,
Yeah, I mean, I put up a picture that I used Discord.
I know.
I saw. That's why, like, I'm like, those glasses are so like, boom. You know what I mean? They
Look,
stand
I'm
out.
just glad we managed to recast Christian Kane in our...
he's the thief now.
He is a very handsome man.
I don't think anyone would
Well, there you go.
debate you.
But I wouldn't necessarily call him too pretty. If we were going to go with too pretty, I would say Matt Bomer.
Matt Bomer's pretty.
Yeah.
That there's a pretty man.
Those eyes.
Matt Bomer is so pretty.
Who's Matt Balmer?
White collar.
He was in one of the Magic Mics, I think. I don't know.
He's in a few
Just
things.
Google him.
Well,
He's a pretty.
just Google him. You'll see how pretty he is.
It's,
Yeah,
do yourself a
and-
favor. Like, you're going to have a better night for having seen him.
All right, so moving over to you guys wanted to do
His head's
something
like
with the detective.
His head's like a perfect rectangle.
I know. Look at that man.
And that
Behold
picture
me.
in no way captures the piercingness of his eyes.
All right, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Moving on.
Detective Kelly.
Where do we find the detective? Is he on duty?
You know what? Do you want to find him in the office, or do you want to find him at like the bar after work?
Rainbow wants to find him in the office.
In the office?
All right, so he's in the office.
Okay.
It's gonna be tough. All right.
You go and talk to the sergeant who sends you, Sergeant Flowers, who sends you to Detective. Or what do you tell Sergeant Flowers that you want to see Detective Kelly about? What's your approach?
You're the one who needed the janitor's outfit.
Oh, I'm going in separately from you two. I don't know. You guys are going to talk, but my approach, I want to take a thumb drive and use my janitor, and I want to copy his files from his computer. Just slyly stick that in while I'm taking out the garbage.
Do you have your thief affixed?
Yes, thief's my secondary.
All right, so give me a thief and alertness or agility.
They're both a D8, so I can do either.
Yeah, we'll go with alertness because you need to find an opening.
All right.
And he'll have a D8 and a D6.
Is there any way that you could approach him with the guys as part of Pegasus? Because he's gonna know Pegasus. He's gonna know.
All right, so your difficulty is 4.
Bang.
Ooh,
Crushed it.
And you got a 10. All right, so basically you
get a free
managed to rattle his trash can enough that it makes him like look down at that, and you slide a thumb drive into his PC.
Now you guys are also going to have to distract him while that downloads, so have fun talking to him.
So you've gotten it started and set up, but it'll be a little bit before it's finished, and then it needs to be taken out. So we're gonna send the Wonder Twins into
Yeah.
Isabel
For a
and Kurt.
comeback,
This
man.
is where my brilliant plan may
Went
go
well.
wrong.
definitely,
We just need to distract him long enough for the thumb drive to download some stuff.
definitely a different.
Oh, we're good at
Now, what's gonna be your approach to go and talk to this detective? Your goal here is to distract him enough that you can get the thumb drive back out of his computer, and maybe find out more information from him directly.
I still say maybe go in like pretending that you're Pegasus right now. You know what I mean? Like you could probably play off the whole Pegasus thing. You could play off being like, yes, I'm the business end, and this is, we are representing either Pegasus or Waldo Emerson, or even the mine, for that matter. But to what end?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, the other option would be to distract him more. God, it's not bad. More physically than that,
Like physically get him out of
Like-
the building?
or just have his attention towards whatever scene we are creating here.
Be a bit flirty.
Okay.
All right, yeah. If that's the approach you guys want to take, good.
Oh no, look, my heel broke, and now I've stumbled and sprained my ankle. And there's a whole mess of people showing up suddenly.
Okay, so give me a grifter. I don't know. Intelligence? No, because this is more physicality. Grifter and agility. Let's see if you can fake it.
Alright.
And if you're adding your fem to this, if you're adding your specialty of using the fem,
Yeah.
you get a free d6.
It's...
Oh, and I need to roll your difficulty. Actually, I'm going to make this.
But I wouldn't necessarily call him.
All right, so you have
We're gonna go
a
with too
complicate,
pretty, I would
or
say
you have a.
Wait.
All right, yeah, he did not beat a 10. on
Oh.
his thing, because it appears he
But
has
no,
a
I like
weakness
that
to
as a
women.
distinction.
Yeah, a weakness to attractive women.
So
Yeah, I mean, I put up a picture that I used
Look at that.
Discord.
I know.
I saw. Yeah, I saw. That's why. Like, I'm
Yes,
like, those glasses
he
are so,
rolls a
like,
D4
boom,
for something
you know
he's
what I
not
mean?
good at.
They stand
So,
out.
yeah.
Yeah,
He gets a
that's
little
what I
bumbly
used Discord.
when
I
you
know.
like
I saw-
fall
yeah,
into
I
him
saw,
and grab
that's
his
why,
arm.
Like, I'm like, those glasses are so. Like,
So
boom,
Burke is
you know what
with
I
you.
mean?
Is Burke
They
gonna make a
stand
grab
out.
for the thumb drive now that it should potentially be finished?
Is it wrapped up? Do I know it's wrapped up? Somebody give me
It's
the
been
signal.
long enough; it should have been wrapped up.
Okay, then yeah, I'm going to.
And you
Have
also
I
have to beat
assigned-
that 4 because it's the same roll.
Okay.
Oh no, it'll be it'll be the same.
All right. So what am I rolling here? It's going to be what?
Oh, sorry. Thief and agility, I'd say.
Okay. I have not assigned a thief yet.
Do you want to put a D4 in thief? Or a D6?
I will go with the D6.
Or do you have a D? Yeah, never mind. D4 or D6. So,
So it's going to be D6 and what? Agility?
yes.
Okay. So
Let's see. 4.
And
Well, you beat
agility.
it on one roll. Let's see if we get any complications. No complications.
hey, all right. So
Things are going smoothly now.
All right. All right.
All right, so you get the thumb drive out of there, and you start walking away. Isabel, do you want to make any more inroads with him, or was this just a quick distraction?
I mean,
Or we can
feel-
come back to this in the wrap-up flashback. You could have more interactions with him.
that might be a good idea.
Yeah, let's save some stuff for the ending. And if that doesn't work out in the ending, that's fine too. All right. So, let's see. Has the hacker done anything recently? Yeah, you did. You planted it.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Are we done?
what
we're done
is
with
your?
scene?
Yeah. So it was a very brief scene in there where you guys managed to get everything from his computer. It doesn't appear like you got too much. Let's give me a hacker. What you call it? Roll hacker intelligence. And your challenge is 9. All right. Yeah, we're still feeling out some of the edges of the system. Okay,
Yeah.
so you rolled an 8. So you see on his computer basically nothing. You don't see any emails that are unrelated to his activity as a police officer. You don't see any hinky websites. You don't see anything. It looks like he doesn't use his work computer for, let's say, private business.
all right.
I'm trying to think. Because, like, I want to give you guys something, but, like, yeah, you didn't really get much there.
He's
So
smarter than to keep his shit at
He
work.
doesn't use. So then I recommend we follow him to whatever after hours bar he goes to.
Well, what are you looking to get from him?
I figure if he's not somebody who does business on his computer, then he does it in person.
Or he doesn't do it on that computer. He might keep things in his house. He might
Well,
keep evidence in his house. I mean, he's probably got a backup plan.
Yeah, my only thing is I don't see where this is getting us. How does this work us towards the end?
Further
That's-
evidence towards where what's his face is, but yeah,
You kind of know where what's his face is.
with the code that he gave.
No,
the-
well, you know, okay. Well, you know that Mr. Ralph was staying in an apartment funded by Waldo Emerson Industries. When Emerson Industries is playing a security person, the security person was living in that apartment. So it goes.
Were two people living in that apartment?
Yes, there was the dirty room and the clean room.
That son of a bitch is living there.
And yeah, okay.
That's a nice ass apartment.
Yes.
Aha!
Plus Waldo
We figured it out,
Emerson-
guys.
Plus Waldo Emerson is the one paying the private investigator to keep things
Yeah,
quiet.
yeah, yeah. Waldo Emerson is the bank account, basically. It's
But there's one other thing. That phone call that the gentleman made was to Pegasus Security, and you're not exactly sure that means Mr. Ralph is long for this world.
Understood. Hitter. Hey, buddy, got a job for you.
Sure.
Let's go swing by that apartment and.
Let's say you know that he would have been at. He would have probably been at the. There's a big dog race happening right now, or unless you have something else.
Okay.
We go back. One of the races was circled with a thumbnail or something like that, so we know which racetrack and when he's going to be there.
Okay.
Yeah, that works for me.
Okay.
I could either I or the Griff could go in and basically.
We already took pictures of everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
So we've got the information. We don't have to go back to that apartment at all.
But here's where we can get a little shifty. Griff, I'm gonna need. No, God, I hate that your name is Griff and the grifter is the Isabel. You're gonna be going over to the racetracks.
Even Isabel the grifter and Griff.
And if we can find him, we know what he looks like. All right, he might be a little in disguise, but I'm sure we can find him. We're gonna know where he's gonna be and what time he's gonna be there. You approach him. You start macking on him. The guy's been living in that crappy hotel with a rifleman up his ass, so I'm sure it's hard for him to really, meet people. Schmooze him a little bit. See if he'll take you back to the apartment. You go back to the apartment around the same time that Burke, you're more used to these kinds of things. You kind of have an idea of when and where these people are going to hit him, and they're most likely going to hit him at home. It's most likely going to be the security guard that's with him, that's Pegasus. The one that's hired to watch him is probably going to be the one to do him in. So here's what I suggest. You wait until the opportune moment. You wait outside the door after these two go in, and after the security guard is in there. He's most likely just going to do both of them if they're in there. I mean, that's more what you believe. Or he'll wait till you leave, so you kind of like stilt him and be like, "All right, man, I'm out of here. You leave." That kind of is annoying the guard. Then he's ready to do Chris Jones. As soon as he's about to kill Chris Jones, bam, you jump in, you save his life, and then I have an idea. If we can do that, if we can pull that off. Were we supposed to do that in a scene? I know that we're planning stuff.
No, that's cool.
Should we have done that in a scene?
You could do that in a scene as well.
How about, we've just fast forward to whatever the hell you just were saying.
So
that I don't have to recall what that plan was.
The plan is...
And we get to the part where
back to
I'm physically attacking someone.
All right, so I'm gonna need a grifter alert.
Just get him back to his apartment. That's what we want. He's a high roller.
Let's go grifter alertness. Or do you just want to send Burke to do it all themselves? Can Burke grift?
Burke can go wipe out the opposition, but I want Chris Jones to see Burke doing it. I want Chris Jones to be saved by Burke. So then Chris Jones will listen to Burke when Burke says, "Come with me if you want to live."
Okay, so being that we already know where he is at the racetrack, why don't I just follow him home?
Yeah. Okay, so you go to the racetrack.
I guess he could do that. Well, I don't know what his other plans were. If he was going to go,
I will keep following him. That's the thing about following. I don't know if that's a specific skill, but let's just say I'm pretty good at following people.
I guess I overcomplicated the plan.
Yes, you did.
I have no idea what's going on.
Isabel, do you have something to add?
We're following Chris.
Yeah, and also, rather than leave it to chance that somebody else is going to attack him, I mean, I have Hitter as my secondary.
Okay, that's some good backup then, isn't it?
Okay.
Yeah,
why don't we follow him together?
So, here's what I'm going to ask. Okay, so I'll set the scene where the bodyguard is with is with him at the racetrack, and he looks like he's getting ready to leave after, let's say, winning a tiny bit of money. He's leaving the racetrack, and you see the grifter, or you see the bodyguard get a call. All right. So, are you guys going to let the bodyguard and him get to the car?
We follow close enough that if somebody's going to attack him by the car, then we can intervene.
I can't remember if I'm supposed to be seducing him or not anymore.
No, Griff, you're not there.
Okay.
I mean, you can if you want, but I think that might have to be later. All right. So, you guys see the bodyguard take him to the car, and like the bodyguard opens the door for him, puts him in the back, and the bodyguard's about to get in the front. You gonna let the bodyguard start driving? Yeah. So the bodyguard takes off.
We'll follow.
You paused too far.
Sorry, yeah.
So the bodyguard.
I'm still unclear on whether we thought the bodyguard was going to kill him or not.
I think the bodyguard's gonna kill him.
This will simplify things because the bodyguard starts taking a road into the woods.
Yep.
Okay, so
Okay, that seems like they definitely clarified.
into the woods, and I'm going
So let's
to.
say you've got a bit away from civilization, and it's just him, that car in the woods, and you're like one turn behind them, so you're not sure they've seen you yet.
Okay, so Isabel, you're driving. I am going to jump out of the passenger. I say, turn out the lights, and jump out the passenger side, and so that I can skulk up behind the car as it's slowing down.
Stopping. Yeah.
Okay. The other car comes to a stop a little bit further down. Let's see. You see the bodyguard open up the back door and pull Chris Jones out of it, and like violently pull him out of it.
Okay, at this point, I am going to grab the talent of Only Suckers Fight Fair.
Mm-hmm.
And so which says that in the first roll of a fight action, I spend a plot point, which let's go do that.
Yes.
And it adds a die 8 to my roll.
All right. Since you are initiating this fight, you get to set the stakes.
Okay. So let's see. So it would be my
I'm going to say
hitter
plus
and what?
Strength.
Strength. Okay, so that's 10 and 10.
Plus the
your
D8.
plus
Plus-
your not
yeah.
funny fair.
As long as you're spending the point.
Yes. And so that's a 15, that's a 20, 23.
Did you roll all 3 dice?
Oh, no, sorry.
Because you had your hitter.
8. Ooh.
Okay, you got a complication.
He's tough.
It's okay. You still have a 15, and I have to beat that on 2d8, which will probably not happen. 13. So close.
Whoa.
So this will... the complication is that this guy is better trained than you expected. So you come out of the darkness and just like smack him in the head with a branch. He takes it and like looks over at you confused that there's another person there.
He's tough.
You see that this guy basically has no neck, it's just muscle.
That's a shame, because I was really going to jab at the neck next.
All right.
right,
So
knees.
moving to the next fight of the action. I'm not sure if it. Oh, he didn't raise it, so you have that. But he's gonna. So you have succeeded in doing something.
Could we, if we wanted to throw something in here, like a flashback that helps this scenario, is there a situation where we can do that? Is that part of this game?
Yeah,
Like-
absolutely.
So what I was thinking, what's up?
Go ahead.
I was thinking that when Griff was in the apartment, just bent the firing pin of the gun. So when this guy pulls the gun, he's like, "What?" And then he can
So-
actually.
Okay.
So I have been waiting on that flashback since I found the damn gun in the drawer.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Then you do whatever you did.
Go for
Was
it.
it that? Was it what I just said?
No, it's exactly what you
Yeah.
said. When I
Dismiss
found
the
the
gun.
gun, I was
And then-
going to disable. disable the gun so that it wouldn't fire. So
Yep.
that, but I was going to wait for him to actually pull the gun and then declare the threat.
I wasn't sure if he was going to pull it
okay.
or not, but yeah. if it
Here's the
helps.
complication coming back at you. You would have to spend a plot point to do that, by the way.
I am willing
That
to
would
spend
add
a
the
plot
asset.
point to do that.
All right, now I will cancel out that plot point. Sorry, with the complication, which Burke now gets a complication point. With the with him, with another flashback of him cleaning his gun that night.
Shit!
I mean, like,
what the fuck?
yeah, and him having a fully loaded weapon, neutralizing it. So we're gonna do, I think, one more fight action.
Man, that would have been awesome.
Okay, then
Well,
I'm going to claim my second talent,
Yeah.
He hasn't pulled
which
his
is
gun
put
yet.
that gun away.
All right, so he does pull his gun. Let's say.
Pulls the gun. All right, and
Let
so
me roll his
yeah,
action to pull the gun. So
All
now
the
he's gonna set the
flashbacks.
stakes on this fight. He set the stakes at a 12.
okay, so I'm still rolling. Let's see. You're in a fight action. Fixer's rolling a complication die related to the opposition being armed with guns. Spend a plot point. Done. And disarm the opponent, removing complication die. This complication remains out of play for the remainder of the scene, and possibly longer if there's no narrative justification for the opposition rearming themselves.
So what do? You just
So
literally pull the gun away from him?
I grab the slide off the gun and chuck it into the woods.
So roll your
Yes.
roll another hit or strength.
And I could just re-roll that
So-
one.
So you won't pull the slide off, and he is totally shocked at your move. It is the electric slide.
Alright.
Michi can groan the loudest because they're used to me doing this.
Bum, 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 bum.
And can I still add the D8 from the Only Suckers Fight Bear?
I think that's only in the first scene.
And it's a D6 after the first round, I believe.
Okay, so D6 now. All right, so your highest two would be 15. So yes, that beat his 12. So let me see, losing a fight. Let's
Knock him
see.
the fuck out.
Alright, so I'm going to give myself a flashback where I'm thinking back to my time as a young girl in the orphanage, and a bigger bully has stolen my juice box, let's say. And he's lording it over me, and he goes, "What are you gonna do about it?" And I just look at his knees, and I whack them both. And drop him to the ground, and
Oh,
I
okay.
take my juice box back.
I thought you were gonna say you kick his knees in.
Yes.
Oh God!
Sorry.
You're kicking him back. Ah! He's never
So,
gonna play football again.
That's where I've gotten this, hardly ever fail move.
Okay, so
I
you
had a lifelong love for juice boxes.
let's see. Complications like let's last until the fight action getting in the way. All right, so you have successfully taken him down, but he is unconscious. You've knocked him down, and you've got what's his face in front of you.
The pain, most likely, from having his knees snapped backwards.
Okay, well, while he's down, I'm just going to keep punching him in the face, because if you can take a guy down, then hit him again. And if you can hit him twice, hit him a third time.
Chris Jones is just shitting himself. What's happening? What's Wonder Woman coming out of nowhere?
Yeah, he's
Awful,
just sitting
right?
there startled. It looks like he's gonna make a dive for the driver's seat with the
Don't
keys
let him
are
leave.
in the car.
Isabel would like to lean out of the car and be like, "Get in the car. We'll take you to safety."
All right, give me. Let's see. No. Let's give a roll to see if there are any complications to this. It will be. He'll get a D4 because he's scared.
Scared.
What the hell is that?
The one.
So he is a 1, so he's triggered something. And his total is 5. So you need to give me a willpower. Have you done your mastermind yet?
I
Did
have
you?
not.
All right. So do you want to make it Do you have a D4 available, or is your D4 already somewhere?
D6, you mean? Because in the end, you have 10, 8, 6, 4, 4.
Oh, so you get two
Yeah.
fours.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I still have a D4 and a D6.
All right. So, do you
Try to do the D6.
All right. Give me the roll.
Alright.
Mastermind plus whatever I said before, which was willpower
Yeah.
or alert. Willpower or alertness. I'll let you pick.
Let's go with willpower.
I'm very giving.
So I need to roll a D8 and a D6.
Yes. All right, you've beaten his 5. So he dives into the back seat of your car, and Isabel and Burke gets into the other seat, and you guys drive away.
Are we in voice communication?
Yes.
We are the FBI. I got an idea.
Who are you telling?
We're hearing this over our earbuds.
I'm telling Isabel so that when he gets in the car, you don't have to tell him nothing. Act like the FBI. Sit down, shut up, get him where he's supposed to go, making sure he doesn't have weapons, yada yada. We've all experienced what they're like. I'm sure we've all been at least patted down a few times, taken into a car. Bring him to the safe house that we predetermined.
Yes.
And that we have already. Bring him here. Me and I'm sorry. Rainbow and Griff have set up this apartment to be bare bones. Bare bones. Griff is on the computer doing computer things. Or I'm sorry, Rainbow's on the computer doing computer things. Griff looks like the most stone cold FBI agent with that all-American fucking FBI face, and Isabel is a hardcore other FBI agent. And we're gonna and you're the badass, kick the shit out of people FBI agent. We're gonna bring him. I'm not there. I don't show my face to him. We bring him to the apartment.
Rainbow probably wouldn't be there either, would they?
Well, I was thinking Rainbow would be like the tech FBI, but doesn't have to be. He could be out in the van with me.
That's Rainbow's call, I believe. Unless you're making that choice, that's Rainbow's call.
Actually, you know what?
I was going to say I want to be in the van.
In the van, no problem.
Sure, I can be the stone cold no nonsense agent.
Okay, but I want to bring up a thing. We need another distinction for Burke.
Was Burke ex-military, or is Burke just a fucking ferocious animal? Because it looks like Burke just ex-military.
Ex-military.
Okay, because I don't know. Looks like. I mean, obviously, can just kick the shit out of people.
Specifically, former SAS, and it's just for you guys' benefit that I'm not trying an accent.
That's fine.
I was just trying it out for myself yesterday. I'm like, this is veering into an Australian doing Apu.
Mine keeps going Jersey all the time, so I get it.
Ex-military can work. I was thinking straight shooter.
What, for Burke?
Yeah.
I was
pretty much. He's very straightforward and everything.
That would explain the terrible grifting.
In some ways, though, that's perfect grifting if it's with other people of your ilk, like people who will just be like, oh, they'll respond to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That can be something you use. So you guys all cool with that one?
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, I like that. No nonsense or like whatever. Yeah, straightforward. I like straightforward.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to think of would direct be better, but straightforward's good. This'll, you could use it to go
pun way to say it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shortest distance between 2 points is, I don't know.
All
go
right.
fuck yourself. I don't.
So,
I'll straight fist. I don't know.
So what's Rainbow? Go ahead.
No.
What's Rainbow been up to?
Hopefully making us FBI badges.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was easy. I did that already.
Yeah, they're fresh off the printer.
trying to think. I don't really know that there's
Much for you to do.
anything I can hack yet at this point that's not already been
broken.
Yeah. However, if it is just me and Eli sitting around waiting for everybody else to do whatever, I think Rainbow's like, so how did you end up here? I mean, you don't. We've obviously got a grifter, we got a thief, we got a hitter, but you don't look like the rest of us. How do you, how did you end up here?
Eli just sort of stares forward, kind of looks over at him, and it's a flashback to in a nice suit, like well-to-do, looking okay, going into work with like a large folder under his arm, like young and happy, and then you see him like over a table with like, you know, people shooting poker, and he's just like, you see him sort of bedraggled. Then you see him literally, it's just like jump cuts. You see him meeting shady people he's in deep. He then is kicking open the door of a bank with a shotgun and a mask with all these people around, and he's directing them. You see him with lots of money. And then at the same thing of him like this, you see him on the ground lit up with bullets and blood. And it just cuts back to him and he goes, yeah, same as we all do, I guess. One thing leads to another.
Is that a good
just...
time to add a distinction for Eli of gambler then?
Everybody else, yeah?
Sure.
A bad gambler. He didn't do a very good job.
Gambling addict?
I don't know about that.
I mean, just gambler, because it could be both bad and...
Yeah. Gambler works for a mastermind because you're willing to, take high risks.
I guess that does work.
High risk, high reward, yeah.
What he did with the guy in the office, that was a pretty high gamble. My name is Eli Wells. Like, that was his real fucking name, and he's just like, whatever. Like, either it will work or I don't know. Or I'll die. I don't know. Whatever.
I love that scene. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're starting to move into the end game here.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. Things are happening. We cut to a scene of Mr. Martello on the phone, being like, "What? What do you mean? Fine, then I'll take care of this myself." And you see him place a call. Let's see. Your bug in the PI's office, William Moore's office, picks up a phone call on a number you didn't have registered for William Moore. You cloned his cell phone, but apparently he has a burner that he uses for this as well. And you see, I don't know where he would be. I can't talk here. Where do you want to meet? Fine. Let's meet there. So, how do you guys... We're gonna do that with Martello moving out to meet with William Moore. Do you want to begin the wrap-up? Or do you want to... I don't know if everyone has plot points, but I'm assuming everyone does.
Yes.
I still... I think I technically still have two, because I haven't used the
we all
bug
start
in our
with two.
advantage yet. No, we all start with one, but I had a complication earlier.
I don't think.
And I think I had two, and I used them both up for the fight scene.
Okay, that's fine. I will give everyone. I want everyone to have one for the wrap up, so that they can each do one thing that moves us closer to Martello. Let's say Martello and Moore being caught. So
I was.
How do you guys want to take them down? No, do not update for. Do not update right now.
So with who are the two that meeting? Moore, right? The PI
Yes.
Yes.
and Moratello.
Yes.
Okay. Can you
And
tell?
you could have. How are you guys going to set the cascading effect?
Okay.
Well, I just wanted. How old was Detective Kelly? Was he old? Or was he a young detective?
Middle age.
Middle-aged?
40s, 50s.
He's not there, right? Okay. So
He's not
can we
anywhere
throw,
else.
Can we
That's-
throw Mortello's assistant into the mix here? That would probably be the fastest way to figure out where they're going.
I was gonna say too. Do we know that the detective is? Do we know for sure he's dirty, or did we just think he might be dirty? Because his computer looks clean.
we never.
You never established him as dirty.
No.
So then maybe we should, because he didn't believe her, right? He didn't believe that her husband. So if we have him take him to the police, we could potentially use that to take.
So that's what I was thinking. Is we brought him in, we sat him down, we looked like the FBI. You all sat there. You were able to get him to talk, Isabel. First of all, simply by explaining the situation. We have everything. We know everything, but we need you to help put a finger to some of the people. You're going to go down too, but much less if you point a finger at the right people. He ratted out the other guys, but we need somebody legitimate to actually take this evidence. So we call it Detective Kelly. Now, whether he was in it or not, we say, Detective, your involvement with the case is troubling, yada, 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 but here's a way to make it right. Here's all the information. You know what I mean?
All right.
Either you move on this or we do.
So
Something like that.
I'm still a little fuzzy on how this breaks down, which is why I wanted to get it started.
Okay.
Because
I'm thinking they just get swarmed by cops, right?
well, no, everyone can give me an action that they did to move towards this end.
Okay, well, I will use my straight shooterness to have talked to Detective Kelly and,
All right.
put him on the
That's
right task. And also,
Okay, give me.
fucking
with
perfect.
body language, subtly threaten him as well.
I'll kick your knees in.
Do you have everything filled out that you need, or
I
do you
think.
have a specialty?
Who, me?
Yes.
Specialty. No, I don't. Where do you find the specialties?
You add them later.
Okay,
So
You just
don't worry about it.
develop them.
Specialties are basically a way of using a role in an unconventional way.
So, like, you would have a specialty grifter and be, like, a specific kind of grifter, or if you were a specialty driver with hitter, you would be,
Right,
you'd get
like-
to add that D6 to your driving rolls
Gotcha.
or whatever.
Mhm.
So, do you want to declare a specialty right now and try to use it, or something else? It's cool if you don't. I just wanted to try to...
Now
Okay.
let's just power through.
All right. So, how do you want to get this guy on your side?
I find him at the bar after his shift is over. As FBI, I imply that whether or not he was dirty or complicit in the initial investigation, that's how it's going to
Yeah.
look. Or we can do it another way where he comes out a hero, he gets all the credit. It's a nice way to wrap up the career.
All right. Give
So
me...
we just need him to be at X location at X time.
That's why I was asking how old he is. Maybe he can get a promotion before he retires. Money.
Yeah. All right,
Feather in his cap, one way or the next.
Yeah, we lost Michi, but I'm sure Michi's trying to get back in if they can. All right, so the difficulty on him is 7, so you've got to beat that with the roll you're going to make.
Okay. And that roll would be... Oh, I can... Mastermind is my secondary.
Yeah, Mastermind.
So-
intelligence because you're trying to talk to him about the logic of it.
Okay, that's my 6. So, where's my roller? Mastermind is die 8 and 6.
Okay, you've got an 8 with no complications. So that gives the mastermind an asset on the final wrap-up. All right. Does anyone else want to make a move towards the end?
One of the things that I was, or do I go last as the mastermind?
You go last.
I go last.
Okay,
Never
so
mind.
I wanna make a move. I don't just want to take down this guy. I want to ruin him. So
Okay.
can I make
Oh, shit.
a trail that links the mine to illegal pollution and everything? If I have to find it, if I have to make it, and then leak that to, I don't know, Huffington Post or New York Times or something.
Yes. Give me a hacker intelligence roll. I'll roll some. I'll set your stakes first. All right, your stakes are 9. So let's see what you can do.
If on these flashbacks, if one of the rolls fails, I as the mastermind can throw one of my plot points to them, right?
Sure.
I'm not. I think
Yes,
reading that,
don't
that's
know.
what
he's
it,
got.
that's what it
There's
said.
a couple of different ones that can do that for you.
Yeah, there's talents that can do that. And I don't think you've declared
Okay.
your talents yet.
So,
So,
a great
I would
time.
like that. I would love that.
Stay on
actually.
target, and the bigger they are,
I think Archangel
you can-
is one of them too, right? That's
keep
her-
tabs on the activity. Like an unseen angel, you make sure people who need a hand get one. Yeah, you can spend a
I
plot
should've
point
done
to
that.
give a die roll to any other member of the crew.
Shit,
you're
I
in
should have
contact
done that during Private
with.
Eye.
That might have been handy, but you know.
I totally blanked. We're new at this
Yeah,
game. That's
this
okay.
We're working it.
This is how we learn.
We're getting there. We're getting
Next time will be smoother because we'll have all our stats. Yeah. So give me that hacker roll. Hacker intelligence.
13,
Ooh,
no
13.
complications.
complicated. Yeah, we're killing it this time. We're killing it. Yes.
Plus 2. Alright, and Griff, do you want to use some kind of talking to the secretary thing?
Everything has gotten all very complicated. I've lost track of what's actually been happening.
Alright, so
everything's
leverage
going
can
on.
do that.
yeah. So
Everybody's been going around in many, many circles, so I'm not totally sure what I can actually do here.
alright, so Martello is going to meet with William Moore. Do you mind if I give you an idea of what the thief could do?
Sure.
Alright, the thief could potentially like plant a speaker or a microphone on either Moore or Martello to broadcast the conversation. Or you could manipulate the secretary into sending, like, having them meet at, like, the restaurant you want them to meet at, or, like, at a public event.
Like she made the reservation at the restaurant. And...
Right, I'll have my girl set something up.
Ah, yes, absolutely. That sounds like a fabulous thing to do.
That's awesome.
Make them go where we want them to go.
Yes. So actually, I would ask for an, let's say, alertness grifter. And the stakes are 8. Can you get 8?
Alrighty.
And remember, if you still have plot points, you could use them. You use one of them to trigger your action during the wrap up. And if you have other ones, you could spend it for assets,
Can I spend
like a
the
microphone
plot
or whatever.
point for the bug to be used right now and get that extra roll?
Yes, you can. You can use the bug. Yeah, that asset is going to be
Honestly,
expended.
you can use a dozen bugs if we get there ahead of time.
Alright, so
Yeah, but this was already established, so yes, this is
alright,
perfect.
so add a D6 for that, okay?
D8 for that, I believe.
Because I believe it was off of his powers.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I get an extra D8 for that. Okay. Alright. And grifter and a bug.
Ooh.
Ew.
there's no way to destroy those, right? Like I can't do anything to get rid of a complication. I can only throw a plot point to help with one.
Unless you have a talent that does that.
I don't have any talents yet.
Well, is there a talent that does
that? That'd be pretty cool. Like, just nope one of the complications. I think that's a super handy. If you know what, if there, I will take that talent. If there's a talent that just fucking null and voids one for the cost of a plot point, and you can't get another one off of the plot point, because otherwise you might as well just use the plot point.
Give me a
Well,
Master plan might do that.
no, part of it is you're looking to do this on somebody else's behalf too.
Oh,
Yeah, it's not
hold
like
on.
it's happening to me. Well, I'm there. I'm
That's
in
not
that
it.
scene. Remember, I'm with you in that specific scene when we were talking to Martello.
Okay, but you could negate it with stay on talent. Let me see.
Stay on target, nullify the complication, eliminating it for duration of the job.
Which is the same thing as bigger they are, right?
Uh,
Oh no, bigger they are allows you to use it as your own asset.
yeah.
So either one of those would be a good idea.
I'll take the bigger they are because
you
then
might
we
as well.
we can use that as something. So
Yes.
you go right ahead.
All right, so write in bigger they are as one of your talents.
Okay, cool.
And I'm going to make that complication that they're aware of the bugs. But if you're going to spend the plot points to turn it for you, how is that going to help you?
Bigger. Well, that's for Griff, right?
Well, you're the one I'm going to roll the complication against you during the wrap-up thing.
Okay, so they know that they're being bugged right now.
Yes,
That's
or
the
they
complication?
believe yes.
I think for if we're turning it to our asset, it's pretty simple. We wanted them to know they were bugged or something.
So
Yeah, they wanted it.
So
I
they
want-
wouldn't find the secret bug that was already
Yeah.
planted.
that was
they
in
were
the
doing-
microphone at the restaurant,
Aha!
or
they-
in the lamp
they-
at the restaurant.
Yeah.
They,
They
he
found the
didn't
part
want to
that
meet
we
in his
wanted
office,
them to.
so that they would not meet in his office, so that they would meet
Yes.
somewhere else, and then we controlled where they were going because you had an in with the secretary.
Perfect.
Bam!
All right. So unfortunately, our drifter's unable to get back in with us. But I will give them a roll at 2d10 for doing something awesome. Can someone tell me what the grifter might do?
Oh well, during the FBI scene, that was probably the most pivotal, important part. Is that crushed? It.
Yeah. So the
What does
challenge
that
for the
mean?
grifter was 9, and
Is that a crit?
the roll was 2d10, and it was a 19. So basically, that crushes it. So you have the grifter.
So
The grifter Isabella talks to not
Jones.
more.
Chris
Oh my God,
Jones,
so many
to
names.
get everything. And now I don't just mean to fess up to everything that he's done on record, because that won't hold up in a court. What we need more specifically is where the body's buried. We need where were those in what
It turns out
operations is a lot of the money sent. Where can the hacker find a lot more information that we need? Basically, in order to help him get to that paper trail that he got to, in order to help really claw our way into their company and start ripping out, he was there. He knew all the ins and outs.
and he kept a copy of all the files.
Oh yes, that's what we needed. I didn't think that we'd be able to get that, but that's what we needed. That's perfect. Oh, you're coming back. You just killed it. You crushed it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You did great.
You did such a good job.
Good job, woo!
You got him to admit everything.
He handed over
So-
the evidence.
I didn't know if you were going to make it back in time, so I rolled for you with
No, that's-
your
Your stats. You got a 19
against his 9.
against a 9.
See, I literally am not to be allowed to roll the die.
Sorry. All right, so here's how this works. So those are our wrap-up flashbacks. As these happen, each of them adds a extra asset that the mastermind can use when they roll against the fixer. Let's see. No asset can be stepped higher than a D. Oh, or you can step an existing asset up one each time you win. So you get 3 increases or extra dice.
For rolling against you.
Yes, and you will give me a mastermind plus, let's say, intelligence.
So
And you can and you have at least 1 asset, which would be the microphones. And you can either use the other 3 asset increases to either step up the dice or give me, like, location of our choosing as an asset. And turn it into microphones D8, location of our choosing D8.
I think I'd like to go with that because I feel like that's going to get us the evidence that we really need.
Gotcha.
I think. I don't totally know what's about to happen. Like,
just
between me and you, like what am I'm going to roll for mastermind and
2d10 and 2d8.
Oh, okay.
Mastermind intelligence plus 2d8.
Oh, my intelligence is 10. So 2d10. Are you kidding me?
It's okay. It's okay.
Got 2d8.
God.
Those 2d8 might be the 2 you use.
Oh.
All right, the complication doesn't matter during this, but your total is an 8 because the 6 and the 2. Because you only take the 2 highest. Do you have any plot points left over?
I have 2 plot points left. If what I did for the thief, did that count as a plot point for a talent? Okay, I have 2 plot points left, I believe, because we had one in the beginning. You gave me one, and I think I had one during my talk with Maritello.
So you can use a plot point to create a D6 asset in a flashback.
Okay.
What one thing that we don't know of yet does this all hinge on?
The restaurant that they're meeting at, we picked a specific restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
I was in prison for a while, but I know the cousin of the guy who owns this restaurant.
Of course, it's an Italian place.
An Italian place.
So obviously, this small town mob.
Yeah. I get in touch with him. I tell him it's really important that I'm able to sit real close, or that it's really important that I tell him what's going to happen. First of all, I let him know the police are coming. Like, clean up all your shit, get everything out. We're going to use this, and A, that's going to give you like a nice in with the cops because you just helped them out. And B, if you could go ahead and have like another thing right under their table,
or
like
maybe seat like undercover cops in just the right position.
The detective is sitting right behind them.
Better. That's better. That's better. I thank you. So, I didn't know what to do after I know the guy. You know what I mean? That's good.
All right. So, yes. Roll another d6.
Does my this description thing, because I did time, does that account into this at all? Because I looped it in. Does that give me?
No, just roll the d6. Just give me the d6.
Okay. All right, guys, I apologize ahead of time.
So your current total looks like 8. It's not 1, so it just gets ignored. So now
I have one more plot point.
So you can either use that for that, or to add in that other 2, bringing it up to 10. Because you rolled 2, 2, 6, 1, 1. If you spend a plot point, you can get that second 2 into your total.
Will that be enough to beat it?
I have to then try to beat it.
What will my total be if I throw a 2 in there?
10.
How many d6? How many dice are you rolling?
Let's see. How many complications do we have sitting out? 3. A d12. 2. I'm gonna be rolling at least 4.
What do you guys think?
Do you keep the 2 highest dice too, or do you get all of them?
I do keep the 2 highest dice.
Okay, so
what do you guys think? Either gamble it and use the d6, or just take the 2. I like. What are the odds that I'm gonna roll another 1?
1 in
1 in 6.
Specific.
And
Let me add
knowing
up my
how
outstanding
roll 20
complications.
works, we've been getting a lot of ones.
And
D6,
on a
D10.
D6 to
I
get
hate
higher.
that it all comes down to this. Does anybody else have any plot points? Like,
I do,
I-
but I don't
I have
know
a-
what I can give you.
You got that thing? You got
Like-
that thing you gave me?
Ooh, yeah.
Does that do anything?
Is there a way to make it do something? Tell me a story.
What was it? What was the
Or do
device?
you-
Did we already have to establish the device earlier, or can we have a new device?
You can have a new device. Just send. But this is just you can spend this asset right
See,
now.
if we
I'll
do
allow
it,
this.
if we do it in a flashback, it says it's a D10.
Okay.
If you use it,
Do it in a
certain-
flashback.
So,
All right, Hack.
I'm trying to think. What could
Me
we
and you,
use?
sitting in the van.
Yeah.
You
Earlier,
ask me. You ask me.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yes.
No, because that's not a device. I was gonna say you make the last check to the PI bounce, putting the PI as kind of weakening the PI as an asset, but that's not a device.
Yeah, not really.
But
What about like a mini camera recording and live streaming it to something?
see, one of my thoughts was like a.
I'm streaming it to the person who gave us the
Facebook.
case.
how about you
Live.
guys? How about you do live stream it to the Homecoming Games jumbotron?
Hey.
Oh,
You know what?
All right.
Good.
Do it. Yep, that's what we do.
Alright,
that's
so
very
that
I
gives
gave
you
them a
Very
small
leveragey.
camera.
Hold on. But before we do that, we're in
Uh-oh.
the van. You asked me what led me to this. I gave you the answer, and I didn't even look at you. While we're sitting there, clearly I'm not interested. But I'm sitting there and I go, "What about you, kid? Why are you even doing this? You're smart. You're smart as hell. Why aren't you doing anything else?"
Okay, so
Give you a little flashback.
yeah,
before
there's a flashback
within this flashback.
Huh? Yeah, there's another flashback within the flashback.
We're going so deep.
We're getting Dragon Wars, D Wars here.
I'm sorry. I should have done it back then. I forgot.
No, that's
Um,
cool.
I'm trying to think.
Now you're obviously. Would
well,
you say some radical causes is part of your?
No,
Arguments
I was
are good.
I was trying to decide if I want it to be a high school or college thing. Because I think I know what it is. I'm just trying to decide. You know what? Screw it. She's a gadgeteer. Let's say it's at MIT, but she hasn't been doing her assignments. So there's literally just a thing of her getting caught hacking into the system, changing her grades. But of course they know because they had like paper copies. So
And
they
it's
kicked
MIT.
it. So they kicked her out of the school.
And that's your reason.
That's
I
just
love
like
it.
fuck it after that. And just,
Just a bad student.
And no one would hire you.
I was the worst student at MIT.
but she was building gadgets. She just wasn't building the gadget she was supposed to.
Street smart.
I get it.
Sorry. Yeah. So the gadget is your laptop connected to the jumbotron.
To the jumbotron, and that gives us an extra D10.
Yes.
Yes.
So while she's typing that out, or while they're typing that out, and
Do I roll that D10?
yes, you do.
I'm so sorry, guys. The dice gods do not like me. Are you ready for this? Bam!
Oh,
Bad,
yes!
not bad. Would have been the top if we rolled that 6. Good, because that
All
was
right,
the
so-
most we ever could have gotten.
So now your new total is 12. I get to roll a D10, a D8, a D6, and another D10.
That's not even fair.
Because the PI is good at his job and in on it.
He really is very good. We underestimated him. Let's be honest.
I didn't. Y'all did. I got in his computer just fine.
We did not underestimate him. You overestimated the dice.
Oh, come on.
Ow.
Ouch.
You can stop there.
Ow.
No,
Yeah.
okay. So his total is 15.
He pulls out a gun and kills all of us. And that's the end. That's
So
leverage.
what you get is no, it doesn't end that bad. So what you get is at the restaurant, William Moore is sitting there talking to Wonder Martello, and Martello is telling him, like, I thought you took care of this, and over the course of it, he's like, I hired you to rig that car's brakes. I hired you to do this. I hired you to cover up the environmental stuff. I hired you to take care of the cops on this. I hired you to do so much, and you failed me. You failed me. What are you going to do to fix this? And Moore just gets up and walks away.
So what happens is we don't get Moore, but we get Martello.
As Martello starts to, like, cough real hard, starts coughing, like, super bad,
Holy shit.
and
Moore
starts
is-
grabbing at his throat. The detective behind starts immediately, like, going and doing, like, chest compressions on him, pulling him down, and it fades out on an ambulance coming and picking up Martello, but William Moore drives out of town after giving Wendell Martello an allergic reaction in an attempt to kill him.
Okay, so did I still crush the company leaking all that information?
Yes, that company is because of his confession on the Jumbotron, meaning everyone in town heard it. So that company, Eastern Mining Company, is ruined. They are devastated. They're not coming back from this. They're going to have to pay so much in fines. They're going to have to do restitution for people who
they're
became
done.
ill.
Okay,
They're done.
They're at a point where even congressional members wouldn't be able to help.
so
Yeah, they're done.
real quick then, can the final scene be, because I tanked that company, me handing a bank account number to everybody because I manipulated the market and everybody just made shit ton of money off me crashing that company?
Absolutely. It's everything handing out paychecks for shorting a
Big
company.
paycheck.
I was just going to be a lot more petty before all this happened. I would be like, can I just flash back and steal Martello's car?
Yes. Also that, please, that.
I mean, I still have 2 plot points I can do shit with.
Just cuz.
But even better. Although we rolled bad, how does this sound? Martello gets in his car and starts driving, and I'll pop up in the back seat.
Why though?
Mr. Martello, where are you going?
Are you a slasher? Or...
Hey, excuse me, Mr. Martello, where do you think you're going?
No, you could be driving the ambulance that takes Martello to the hospital. And we can fade out on that. But I'm not going to let you murder him.
I wasn't
No, yeah,
planning
no
on
murder.
murdering. I wasn't planning on murdering him. I was just planning on getting him to not get away. But
No, you don't get more.
No,
Moore gets
Moore-
away, but
yeah,
Martello
Moore got
was
away.
already down.
Mortello's the one that was choking to death. Moore's the one that is apparently a nasty hitman, which I guess we didn't realize. Oh God.
Look, for all we know, he's the goddamn Highlander. I don't.
You guys created this monster.
He's the president of a secret organization that we did not know was involved.
Big chapstick.
I would also.
all right, fine
Yeah,
then.
I'm sorry,
spend-
but you're gonna. It's a little too late for that.
I'll spend a plot point to attach a GPS tracker to his car before the whole restaurant scene.
Okay.
We
I'll
can
allow it.
we can chase him down in the future if we want.
Next time on Leverage.
Where you find his car in the bottom of a swamp. Oh damn!
This guy is
Or
serious.
just leave him alone. It's fine.
Yeah, we have an idea.
He could be our nemesis.
Okay, guys.
He could be
After we all got our money and we
our
all
Mark
got
Shepard.
these bank accounts, right? So we all got like ugu monies,
Yes.
right? Okay. I'm gonna immediately with all the bank account numbers, I'm gonna give it back to you, to Rainbow, because you're the whiz kid. You're the one that knows how to get it. I just go, give these to charities that don't pocket the money. Then I'm gonna walk away.
All right.
Okay. Well, I will see.
The ones that don't pocket the money.
I got that. I won't be. Hopefully, I won't be seeing you again. I've got a tournament to get to. And she turns around and walks away too.
Of course you do. Of course you do.
All right. What's the thief do?
Oh, well, I'll just, I'll disappear.
Gotcha.
I'm sure people know how to get a hold of me if they need to get a hold of me.
All right. Isabel. What does Isabel do?
I mean, Isabel just got a great payday. So, shopping montage.
Or Isabel starts talking about the thing she's going to buy.
Say again?
Isabel starts talking about the things that she's going to purchase with her. Like, oh, I'm going to get a Birkin bag. And
Yeah, a Birkin and, those shiny diamond Gucci slides just to hang out in. That'd be great.
And what does Burke do?
She goes, I know an orphanage that could use this. Up and just goes and walks away.
All right. I think we're going to end it there. And then we'll come back next time on Leverage. Thank you for watching. Does anyone have any projects they want to plug? Or anything they would like to advertise? Or, I'll start. My name is Kevin. You can find me on the Welcome to the Party Discord. And on Twitter as Jim Davison or Jim Dabison. So yeah, find me there. So Evan, do you have anything?
Yeah, I do a thing on YouTube called Everyman Hybrid. It's like a horror thing, and I do a D&D that's recorded and it's put on my buddy's Jeffrey Koval's YouTube. We put up episodes every once in a while. That's about it.
All right. Nerdy Teddy, anything you wanna talk about, or you wanna keep?
Sorry, I'm just setting up the raid, but I can quickly do that. Yeah, I'm here Thursdays. Tomorrow is Shadowrun, and I also alternate with Pokemon. This weekend, 7 p.m. EST is I'm playing D&D for Extra Life on Unmade Gaming. Tuesday, I think it's Thread Raiders with Maddie. He was in the chat earlier.
I think I'll be in one of those things.
Yeah. No, that's not until November. The one you're thinking of.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. No, I just we're short of players, so I literally only just signed up for that charity. So nice. Yeah, Tuesday is I think Thread Raiders with Maddie playing Vampire the Masquerade, and then of course back here to do it all over again. Other than that, I'm on Twitter at Nerdy Teddy. You can find out what I'm doing there. That is all I got.
All right, Michi, do you have anything?
I'm Michi at Michisaurus on the Twitter. That's usually where I'm found. Also on the Welcome to Party Discord. I'm here every second and fourth Tuesday night playing Pokemon, which is great. And yeah, that's it for me.
Okay, Jeff, got anything?
Nope.
Okay, and and Jason, Griff, go ahead. Anything?
No, not really. But
all right.
needs more crowbars.
Yeah, well, next time I'll put some doors in your way. All right. So thanks for joining us again. We're gonna send this over to the Merry Mercenaries.